Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Hillsboro, to Hare Field, where the Newberg Tigers have traveled north to face off against the Hillsboro Spartans. The final game of the Pacific League happens tonight. That's right. There will be no more Pacific League after tonight. It's going to be changed to a whole bunch of different situations that we will talk about. We're about 12 minutes away from kickoff. Can't wait to get this one going for you. Stay tuned. Strap on. Playoff berths in sight. This is Troy Fisher bringing you all the play-by-play. We'll be right back after this short timeout.
It started with 4 friends, 10 days, 1,200 miles, a long, lonely highway to nowhere.
And it looks like it ended with one pretty flat tire. But don't worry, here at Les Schwab, we can get you fixed up and back on your road trip in no time. Because every tire we sell comes with lifetime protection, including free flat repairs, pre-trip safety checks, and more, plus a great price. That's our best tire value promise.
Mind blown.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
If you're involved in a vehicle crash, you need to take your car or light truck to a repair center that will fix it right the first time. The philosophy of J&W CarStar Collision Repair Center in McMinnville is relax. We'll take it from here. Roger Fowler stands by his crew's reputation. J&W CarStar Collision Repair Center, 1100 Northeast Lafayette in McMinnville. There are times you simply need a friend, someone who will stop and listen to your needs. Macy & Sons have been serving families here since 1903, 5 generations of their family taking care of yours. Macy & Sons, in the business of helping people and meeting the individual needs of McMinnville area families, and will continue to do so in the future. So at the time when you need someone who cares, understands, and is there to help, Macy & Sons, serving 9 communities in Yamhill County.
It will be an arduous journey of epic proportions, venturing out into the great unknown, exposed to the rugged, unforgiving elements, struggling for survival when...
So, you're going car camping for the weekend. Here at Les Schwab, we can get you travel ready in no time. That's because every tire we sell comes with lifetime protection, including free pre-trip safety checks and more, plus a great price. That's our best tire value promise.
I could hug you.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Welcome back to Hare Field, where the Newberg Tigers have traveled to face off against the Hillsboro Spartans. This is the voice of, you're listening to Newberg Tiger Football on the Oregon Pulse Network, OregonPulse.com. This is the voice of Oregon Pulse Sports. Troy Fisher bringing you all the play-by-play for tonight's action. Sitting beside me as he has all season, my big brother Curtis. Welcome, Curtis.
Hey, brother. Happy to have our last game in. Should be a fun night. Skies are clear. Weather's great. Nice, cool, crisp night for football. Uncle Bob's here as our spotter tonight, so we got 3 people in the booth. Should be a great time.
Sure glad you mentioned last game. We know for the Newberg Tigers, this is their last regular season game of the year. We also know they're going to play at least one more. Will it be next week? Will it be the week after? We're not sure. Potentially more than one more. Hey, we could make it all the way to state finals, get on a run. I've seen it happen before, but we do know that this is the last regular season game for the Newberg Tigers. And as we said at the open, the last regular season game of the Pacific League. That's right, the Pacific League is being split up, some heading to the Three Rivers to the north, some heading to the Central Valley to the south. That is the final adoption and been recommended. It could change. There could be little tweaks here and there, but at this point, it doesn't. I've never seen it get this far into the new league makeup with a final recommendation, and it changed. So very likely Newberg will be heading north, McMinnville will be heading south, and a whole set of new league foes next year. Let's talk a little bit about the Pacific Division. As league champions, the Tigers sitting at 6-0. They are facing off, I believe. Oh, who are they playing? They're playing. I don't know who they're playing. I don't have it in front of me. I'll find that out for you, who they're playing this week. But Tigard has clinched the number 2 team in the state, very likely to run the table and go to a 7-0, 9-0 overall. Second is both Glencoe and Tualatin. Then we have Newberg sitting at 3-3 in league, followed by 3 2-4 teams, Forest Grove, McMinnville, and Century. Now here's where it gets a little dicey. If Glencoe loses and we win, we will be second. If Glencoe wins and we win, we'll be third. If we lose, and we're in a moment of silence here, so we'll take a quick break.
When it comes to trucks, there are a lot of pretenders to the throne out there, but only one brand that's sitting firmly on top of it, and that's Ford. Hi, John Kirkanick here from Newberg Ford, and we've got a great selection of F-Series trucks on hand and can show you why. They've been #1 in sales and #1 in your hearts for 37 straight years. They're simply the best. And the best place to get one is from the experts at Newberg Ford. We know trucks, and we work harder for you.
High School Sports is brought to you by Davison Auto Parts in McMinnville. High school athletes strive to be the best they can be, and so does Davison Auto Parts. Davison Auto Parts, 1717 North Baker Street in McMinnville, takes pride in providing customers with the best quality parts and personal service. As a Napa Auto Parts dealer, Davison Auto Parts has fast access to an inventory of more than 400,000 parts. Davison Auto Parts, Baker Street, McMinnville, a trusted partner in keeping your vehicle safe on the road.
It started with 4 friends, 10 days, 1,200 miles, a long, lonely highway to nowhere.
And it looks like it ended with one pretty flat tire. But don't worry, here at Les Schwab, we can get you fixed up and back on your road trip in no time, because every tire we sell comes with lifetime protection, including free flat repairs, pre-trip safety checks, and more, plus a great price. That's our best tire value promise.
Mind blown.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
If you're involved in a vehicle crash, you need to take your car or light truck to a repair center that will fix it right the first time. The philosophy of J&W CarStar Collision Repair Center in McMinnville is relax. We'll take it from here. Roger Fowler's CarStar Collision Repair Center, 1100 Northeast Lafayette in McMinnville.
Sorry about that, folks. Welcome back to Hare Field. Little moment of silence followed by the national anthem here at Hare Field. Great rendition of the national anthem done by the Hillsboro High School Band. We're about 5 minutes and 30 seconds away from kickoff here. Let's talk about it again. I'm going to have Athletic Director Tim Burke at halftime for our halftime guest. He'll have more clarity than I do as far as where everything happens in the standings, as well as he's going to go over all Newberg athletics and how everybody's faring in the fall time. I know he's got some great news about volleyball and water polo, and give you some updated information on all of the fall sports for the Newberg Tigers. Tonight, looking to end up with a winning record in the Pacific Division. Newberg was on a 3-game winning streak until they ran into the buzzsaw at Tiger. Looking to go 4-1 in their last 5 games are the Newberg Tigers. We're excited to be able to see that, and hope that we can get there for you. Let's talk a little bit about how everybody got here. First, for the Hillsboro Spartan, their lone win on the season against Century. They opened the season with a win in non-league at Liberty, and then have one league victory at Century right here at Hare Field, a 23-22 victory over the Century Jaguars, and then they've lost 5 in a row to the rest of the Pacific League. As for the Newberg Tigers, as I said before, started off with a victory at North Salem. Been a season of streaks for the Newberg Tigers. A victory, then 3 straight losses, then 3 straight wins. Ended up with a loss last week at Tigard. Hopefully gonna bound here tonight at Hare Field. Gonna have starting lineups, coin toss, and more. We'll be back after this short timeout.
High School Sports is brought to you by Davison Auto Parts in McMinnville. High school athletes strive to be the best they can be, and so does Davison Auto Parts. Davison Auto Parts, 1717 North Baker Street in McMinnville, takes pride in providing customers with the best quality parts and personal service. As a Napa Auto Parts dealer, Parts has fast access to an inventory of more than 400,000 parts. Davison Auto Parts, Baker Street, McMinnville, a trusted partner in keeping your vehicle safe on the road.
It started with 4 friends, 10 days, 1,200 miles, a long, lonely highway to nowhere.
And it looks like it ended with one pretty flat tire. But don't worry, here at Les Schwab, we can get you fixed up and back on your road trip in no time, because every tire we sell comes with lifetime protection, including free flat repairs, pre-trip safety checks, and more, plus a great price. That's our best tire value promise.
Mind blown.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
If you're involved in a vehicle crash, you need to take your car or light truck to a repair center that will fix it right the first time. The philosophy of J&W CarStar Collision Repair Center in McMinnville is relax. We'll take it from here. Roger Fowler stands by his crew's reputation. J&W CarStar Collision Repair Center, 1100 Northeast Lafayette in McMinnville. There are times you simply need a friend. Someone who will stop and listen to your needs. Macy & Sons have been serving families here since 1903. 5 generations of their family taking care of yours. Macy & Sons, in the business of helping people and meeting the individual needs of McMinnville area families, and will continue to do so in the future. So at the time when you need someone who cares, understands, and is there to help, Macy & Sons, serving 9 communities in Yamhill County.
It will be an arduous journey of epic proportions, venturing out into the great unknown, exposed to the rugged, unforgiving elements, struggling for survival when...
So, you're going car camping for the weekend. Here at Les Schwab, we can get you travel ready in no time. That's because every tire we sell comes with lifetime protection, including free pre-trip safety checks and more, plus a great price. That's our best tire value promise.
I could hug you.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Welcome back to Harefield. We're at the coin toss out there, about 1:14 away from kickoff. I tell you what, one of the nicest games we've had all season, and I'll tell you why. No problem going to be able to be seeing these numbers today. They're both very, very bright, and it's interesting. These two uniform schemes are exactly the same. Hillsboro, the dark blue with the white stripes, and on the shoulders as well. Newberg with the road white uniforms with the gold and blue stripes on the top. And I noticed you were paying attention to the coin toss, Curtis. What happened out there?
Yeah, Hill High won the toss, and they didn't elect to take the ball to open the game. So we'll have the Newberg Tigers taking the ball to start the second half.
And that's an interesting decision. For Hillsboro, going to try to go into the strength, shall we say, of the Newberg Tiger football team. Stellar on defense this year. Let's see if we can start off with a defensive stand to begin the game.
Yeah, Hillsboro's probably the strategy is to try to seize some momentum early in the game. If they can score first, they get Newberg on their heels, and hope the night turns out well for them.
As we said before, a Newberg victory means that they have a bye next week and will be playing in the first round of the playoffs. It's going to take a rocket science to be able to tell you who, when, where, why, how, all that good jazz. But just know, if your Newberg Tigers are victorious tonight, they will be either second, third, or possibly at worst fourth in the Pacific, which guarantees no play-in game for them. For Hillsboro, quite honestly, not going to lie to you, didn't do the research on Hillsboro as far as whether or not they have a chance to make the play-in round or not with a victory tonight. So they're in the play-in round is what I heard. So Hillsboro will be in the play-in round, can't get into the top 4 with a victory tonight. So Hillsboro will be playing next week. Again, that site to be determined. So both of these teams will be advancing at this point. We have the Newberg Tigers going to be kicking off from the right to the left across the computer screen for you. Hillsboro will be collecting the ball in the north end. That is north, correct? North.
Perfect.
North. Okay. So I'm a little turned around as we come into Harefield. There's a turn that so the Hillsboro the Hillsboro Spartans will be receiving in the south end. Back deep with their feet at the 3 is number 5, Dylan Frederick, alongside number 22, Michael Gasco. And here's the kickoff. It's short. Goes to the up back at the 25 on the left-hand side. He's to the 30. Gets a block around the outside of the 35. Call it the 36. Look, was the ball on the ground? No, it was not. He rolls down at the 36-yard line. So Hillsboro will take over first down and 10 at their own 36.
Yeah, Hunter Morrison on that up-back return, tackled by Conrad James at the 36-yard line. We'll see how Newberg's defense can stack up on this opening series.
So I didn't have an opportunity to talk with the coaching staff prior to the game. Don't know what Hillsboro's come out. They come out with 3 wide receivers in a bunch to the near side, 1 to the far. Under center is the quarterback, Marshall. It's a flare pass out to the right-hand side to Dylan Frederick. Frederick on his horse to the 41, going to gain about 4 yards call it 5. First down or second down and 5 for Hillsboro at the 41. Let's get the starting lineups for you for Hillsboro. I can't because they're in a hurry up. So Matt Jones under center. Man in the backfield is TJ Cavender. To the far side, single split, and Frederick to the near. Snap goes back, pitch out to the left-hand side to Cavender. Cavender penetrates the left-hand side of the defensive line for a gain of about 2, maybe 3. Going to bring up third down and 2 for Hillsboro. First third down for Hillsboro on the play, and I know Curtis isn't getting much voice in because they're in a hurry up.
They're in a hurry up, yeah. Chase Cartier in on that stop. So Newberg defense trying to respond to this hurry up that Hillsboro's running.
Looking for a 3 and out on the first possession. Frederick now in the shotgun. Standing beside him is the Frederick takes the ball around the right hand. He's going to have a first down near midfield and call into Newberg territory as Frederick on the carry went around the right hand side. Good for a first down inside Newberg territory.
A gain of about 7 yards on that wildcat formation they ran there.
Jones now under center. Lone man in the backfield, Cavender. A bunch receivers to the far side. Split to near. Little flanker screen out to the far side to number 22. That's Michael Gaskell. Gaskell goes over the the left hash. Little bubble screen out to the wide receiver left hash. Gain of about 4, maybe 5, depending on where they spot it. Second down to Hillsboro.
Yeah, by my vantage point, that went as a lateral, so we'll call that a rush for Gaskell. Jack Kerwin in on the stop.
Jones under center. 2 backs in the backfield. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Jones barks out the signals, gets the snap, fakes the pass on a pump. Now screen over the middle to 22, I believe. That could be a horse collar. Don't see a flag, but Newberg got away with one there. Gaskell on the screen was drugged down from the jersey from behind.
Yeah, definitely a horse collar on that for that short interior screen. Andrew Creighton had that well defended. He was in amongst 4 Hillsboro offensive players to make that solo tackle. Avoided all of the blockers for a great tackle for a 2-yard gain.
Third down 4. Pitch out goes to the near side to number 7. Paul. No, correction. Was that number 3? Cavender. Cavender around the right-hand side. Needed 3. Got 3.5 or first down for Hillsboro. And Hillsboro's mounting a nice little drive here to start this ball game.
James Conrad in on that tackle of Cavender. Unfortunately, he did have enough to get that first down. A new set of downs for Hill High. Newberg's got to step up and get a stop here. At this point in time, the strategy of Hillsboro taking the ball in the opening kickoff appears to be paying off with a little momentum.
First down and 10, Hillsboro. Ball inside Newberg territory at the 36. Jones under center. Screen pass out to Jones, and this time it's well defended. Going to be a loss. Jones popped up and threw to Gaskell. Great penetration by Newberg for a 3-yard loss. Brings up second down and 13.
Yeah, great penetration by Jack Kerwin. He was there before the ball was, made the tackle as the ball arrived. Absolutely nowhere to go for Gaskell.
Second down and 13 for Hillsboro. 9:03 left to go in the first. Early in this ball game. No score on the board. Cavender, the man in the backfield. Jones under center. 2 receivers to the near side, 2 receivers to the far. Jones goes back to pass. And incomplete as he threw out to the edge to number 86. 88, Zach Mendenblatt. Mendenblatt heard the footsteps of the DB and kind of short-armed on pass. Third down and 13.
Yeah, they're throwing that little screen pass 3 times, and the first 2 were actual laterals. That one, at least the screen pass was forward, so it was an incomplete pass.
And Hill High wants to talk about this third down and 13. We'll be back to Hare Field after this short timeout.
When it comes to trucks, there are a lot of pretenders to the throne out there, but only one brand that's sitting firmly on top of it, and that's Ford. Hi, John Kirkanick here from Newberg Ford, and we've got a great selection of F-Series trucks on hand and can show you why. They've been #1 in sales and #1 in your hearts for 37 straight years. They're simply the best. And the best place to get one is from the experts at Newberg Ford. We know trucks, and we work harder for you.
High School Sports is brought to you by Davison Auto Parts in McMinnville. High school athletes strive to be the best they can be, and so does Davison Auto Parts. Davison Auto Parts, 1717 North Baker Street in McMinnville, takes pride in providing customers with the best quality parts and personal service. As a Napa Auto Parts dealer, Parts has fast access to an inventory of more than 400,000 parts. Davison Auto Parts, Baker Street, McMinnville. on the road.
Welcome back to Hare Field, where the Hillsboro Spartans have a 3rd down and 13. Early important play for them to start this ball game. In the shotgun is Jones. Jones looks back to pass, pump fakes down the right-hand side. Man's covered now, comes late, and oh, what a catch coming back for number 20, Hunter Morse. Morse is going to be close to a first down. The DB tried to undercut and get the pick, couldn't quite get there, and Morse is going to have enough for a first down. Needed 13, got 14, first down and 10 Hillsboro.
Yeah, he helped his quarterback out a lot by coming back to the ball, because that defensive back was undercutting him, but he came back to the quarterback for that reception. Great job using his hands and moving to the ball. Excellent effort by Morris.
Matt Jones under center. Gaskell and Cavender in the backfield. 2 receivers to the left-hand side, 1 to the near. Jones fakes the pitch and now counters on the other way to Gaskell up the center. And Gaskell's going to get swarmed under after a short gain of about 4. Will bring up 2nd down and 6 for Hillsboro. So that was a counter that killed McMinnville against Glencoe last week. The Newberg Tiger defense managed to stiffen up on that play. Under center, no, Wildcat now as Frederick looks to be the quarterback.
I know.
Jones. And here's the tackle now. That was a keeper out of the Wildcat. Frederick was in the quarterback position, and Frederick's going to get snowed under over the right-hand side. No call it, no game. We'll bring up 3rd down and 6. 12th play on coming for the Hillsboro drive early in this ball.
Yeah, Jake Hooker did a great job of coming up and making that tackle to hold Frederick at no gain.
7:24 left to go here in the first. Back at the quarterback in the shotgun is Jones. Standing beside him is Cavender. 2 receivers on the near side, 2 to left. Jones gets the snap, rolls left. He's going to get rushed in the left-hand flat into the corner of the end zone. Incomplete off the fingertips. Great effort out there by the wide receiver trying to collect the numbers. That 22 Gaskell was in the bunch formation over there, just off his fingertips in the corner of the end zone. Incomplete. We'll bring a 4th down, and I believe we might have a field goal try here.
Yeah, this might be a legitimate field goal try instead of one of those fake punt field goal tries that counts for run back. So this will be a hefty field goal now, and Jelashima was in on coverage for that last pass. Excellent tight coverage preventing that touchdown.
Hoyam on to kick, and he has got a K and a P, which means that's all he does is kick and punt. This will be a 20 at the 28-yard line, called a 38-yard field goal from the right hash. Here's the snap. Kick is up and long enough, just wide left. No good. So great try for Hillsboro. Defensive stand there. 7:02 left to go in the ball game, in the first quarter. Still all knotted at 0. And the Newberg has the opportunity to have the ball first down and 10 at their own 20.
Yeah, that was a healthy field goal kick for high school level. He did have the distance, did pull that a little bit to the left right off the foot. It didn't look like he had much of a chance as soon as he kicked it. He did have the distance, however, though, so we need to watch his kicking ability as this game continues.
And here comes Oviatt in the veer option under center, actually going to start out in the wishbone. Man in motion across the formation is DeFore. Oviatt barks out the signals. Pitches out to number 19, Topfest. Topfest around the right-hand side. Follows the 2 other backs in the backfield. Good for a gain of 3. 2nd down and 10 for Newberg.
Yeah, good opening play. Pitch to Topfest, trying to see if they can get the quick edge, which we've seen Newberg do all year, is run those quick sweeps to either side.
So in the ball game, try to get the backs for you. We know Topfest. We know Oviatt. Let's see, is Conrad out there? Conrad James?
McCarthy's out there. We saw McCarthy a couple weeks ago and had a great game.
McCarthy, number
33.
33, Matthew McCarthy. Hand goes up to 34 to 33, Andrew McCarthy up the middle.
No, that was 34, brother.
34. Oh, Harden, we saw Harden play a couple of weeks ago, so Harden's in there as well. 34 for a nice gain for a first down for Newberg. Ball placed at the 30.5. Needed to get out to the 30. Got to the 30.5. First down and 10 Newberg. So Oviatt breaks the huddle. Harden the up back. McCarthy and Topfest, the 2 backs in the deep backs in the wishbone. Oviatt barks out the signals. Oviatt fakes the handoff to the up back. Oviatt keeper around the right-hand side. He's got a hole. He's almost to the 40-yard line. Almost the first down. I'm going to call it gain of 9 for Oviatt. Oviatt faked the dive to Harden and then followed Harden right through the hole for a gain of 9.
Yeah, that was a well-designed play up the middle for the quarterback, Oviatt. He did pick up a good lead block, avoided a couple tacklers on his own for a 9-yard gain. Puts us in 2nd and short. Let's see if they can maybe throw the ball a little bit on this passing situation.
The last time Newberg was on this field against Glencoe ended up with a 6-0 loss. Let's see if the offense can do more than that.
350 yards of offense and no score.
Oviatt under center in the wishbone. Hand off to Topfest over the right-hand side. He has the first down. Moore rolls forward for gain of 4. First down and 10, Newberg at the 44.
Willie Williams in on that tackle for Hill High. Topfest picked up the first down easily and then a couple more with additional second effort. Newberg's slowing it down, huddling every time, contrast to what Hill High was running in their opening possession.
First down and 10, Newberg, 5:13 left to go in the first. We're early in this ball game, no score. This is Newberg's first possession. Oviatt under center, in the wishbone, Harden the up back, McCarthy and Topfest the deep. Hand off to McCarthy, and McCarthy breaks a tackle in the backfield and now breaks another one at the line of scrimmage. I think he might even lost a shoe and pulls forward for a gain of 4. Tell you what, McCarthy should have been stopped for a loss, should have been stopped for no gain, muscled through for a gain of 3.
Yeah, Hunter Morrison on that tackle for Hill High and had him by the ankle and just wouldn't let go. McCarthy just about busted out of that and had a lot of green open field in front of him had he escaped that tackle.
All at a gain of 4 brings up second down and 6 near midfield for Newberg. Oviatt under center in the wishbone. Handoff up the middle this time, and I believe we have a whistle at the play. I don't see a flag across the far side. Offside is the initial signal, so I believe that's going to be a free 5 yards for the Newberg Tigers. Somebody lined up in the neutral zone. They are pointing and talking to the Hillsboro folks. So and that is a female official across the side. And one time this year I said it's a female official. I was wrong. This one for sure is a female official. And we're going to have an offside, free 5 yards. Going to bring up second down and 1 for Newberg inside Hill High territory.
Yeah, it brings up our second and 1 of this drive. We'll see if they can take advantage of this one. Last one is a handoff to Topfest up the middle for 4 yards. Like to see him a little more aggressive in the second and short situation.
Oviatt under center in the wishbone. Harden the up back, McCarthy and Topfest the deep backs, man to the near side. Handoff up the middle to number 34, Harden. Harden has the first down and more. Going to stop the clock as they move the chains. Gain of 5 for Harden. Brings up first down and 10, Newberg at the 42-yard line.
Hunter Morris again on that tackle. Second tackle in a row for Hunter Morris.
4:07 left to go here in the first. No score. Hillsboro had a nice 12-play drive that ended with a missed field goal their first time. Newberg's first drive started at the 20, now inside Hillsboro territory at the 42. Oviatt under center. In the wishbone again, one receiver to the far side, tight into the near. Oviatt barks at the signal. First pass for Oviatt. Looks down the right-hand side, goes deep downfield. Over the outstretched arms of the defender into number 5. Touchdown to Lashmet.
Yeah, that was a great adjustment on the ball Lashmet made. The ball was just floated right over his head. He was able to run under it. A great catch. Looking back over his shoulders, outstretched arms about as far as they could be, and the ball just dropped in perfectly. Great pass and catch from Oviatt to Lashmet.
And great defense by the Hillsboro player to just tipped off of his fingertips for the touchdown. So with 3:37 left to go here in the first, Newberg leads Hillsboro 6-0. Extra point try on coming. In for the extra point is Oviatt. Oviatt gets the position that he wants. Here's the snap. Hold is down, kick is up, and good. So with 3:37 left to go here in the first, Newberg 7, Hillsboro 0. We'll be back after this short timeout.
High school sports is brought to you by Davison Auto Parts in McMinnville. High school athletes strive to be the best they can be, and so does Davison Auto Parts. Davison Auto Parts, 1717 North Baker Street in McMinnville, takes pride in providing customers with the best quality parts and personal service. As a Napa Auto Parts dealer, Davison Auto Parts has fast access to an inventory of more than 400,000 parts. Davison Auto Parts, Baker Street, McMinnville, a trusted partner in keeping your vehicle safe on the road.
It started with 4 friends, 10 days, 1,200 miles, a long, lonely highway to nowhere.
And it looks like it ended with one pretty flat tire. But don't worry, here at Les Schwab, we can get you fixed up and back on your road trip in no time. Because every tire we sell comes with lifetime protection, including free flat repairs, pre-trip safety checks, and more. Plus a great price. That's our best tire value promise.
Mind blown.
Les Schwab since 1952.
Welcome back to Harefield. That drive, 7 plays, 80 yards, culminate with a 42-yard touchdown pass from Oviatt to DeLashman. Newberg 7, Hillsboro 0. Newberg set to kick off for the second time of the ball game. Here. There we go. Got a little issue there with our sorry, we're back. Had a little issue there with our box, and we're good to go now. That was a short kick. Was that an onside?
Yeah, well, it was an onside in the air. I mean, it was kind of an interesting onside kick. Normally you see him tumbling along the ground. That was just kind of a poke up in the air right into the arms of the awaiting Hillsboro player. First down for Hillsboro at the 50-yard line.
Right at midfield, Hillsboro takes over this ball. Under center is Jones. Jones flare out. I like that screen out to the wide receiver. I believe that's Taunton. Taunton took one step back from the line of scrimmage, collected the ball from the quarterback Jones. Good for a gain of 1, second down and 9.
Jack Kerwin on that stop.
And Hill High in the hurry up again. Jones under center. Bunch receivers to the near side. Single receiver to the far side. Lone man in the backfield is Cavender. Jones fakes a pump, now goes deep down the right-hand sideline to number 20, Hunter Morse, and Morse, incomplete pass, nicely defended out there by Topfest. Long incompletion brings up third down and 9.
Yeah, that ball was overthrown. Topfest had great position on that play. Had that ball been on target, he had a good position for an interception on that.
Hello, we're back. Are we back? Talk, Curtis. Are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I can barely hear you. But
all right. I think we were having some issues here with our board, but we'll keep going. In the shotgun is Jones. Jones rolls to the right-hand side, looks to the right-hand side, can't find anybody. Now throws late over. Ooh, just overthrown. Overthrows Frederick, who was on the Hillsboro sideline. And good thing it was overthrown enough because Conrad James was right behind the receiver there, ready to collect it. 4th down and 9 for Hillsboro, and on comes the punt.
Yeah, Frederick was unhappy about that throw. I don't know if he thought that it should have been thrown sooner or if he was unhappy about that high, but it's tough to see the players jawing at each other on the second series of the game.
Yeah, that was James Conrad, not Conrad James. I apologize, I have last name first. Oh, Hillsboro's doing the same thing, that field goal thing. Here's the kick, and it's almost blocked. Gonna go bounce at the 5 and roll dead, collected at the 4 by Topfest, and Topfest is gonna return it out to the 11 for a first down and 10 at their own 11 for Newberg. Tell you what, that is a very, as we have said all season when we've seen it, a very interesting rule change.
Yeah, and like we've said every game this season that we've seen it, we'll both be shocked if that rule doesn't at least get some adjustment for this offseason. I can't imagine them continuing at all. It just doesn't. I don't see how it adds to the game of football.
And it's essentially in the field of play, all the rules are that of a punt. So it's not like it's a onside kick or anything. It's not live until the defense touches it. Under center's Oviatt, lone man in the backfield this time on the veer.
Oh, nice stick.
Stuck through the backfield. That was a handoff up the middle to McCarthy, and he was tattooed in the backfield. Great penetration by Hillsboro.
Dylan Frazier, I had Willie Williams on that.
So anyway, whoever it was, Dylan or Willie, that was a great split the guard and tackle and nailed
Isaac Nakamoto
and nailed McCarthy in the backfield. For a loss of 3, brings up second down and 13 for Newberg. 2:15 left to go in the first. Newberg leads 7-0 over the Hill High Spartans. Oviatt under center. McCarthy, the lone man in the backfield. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Fakes the handoff. No, gives the keeper to McCarthy. McCarthy has a huge hole. Cuts around the right-hand side of the numbers. Now cuts back into the 30 and rolled down there. Nice play that time. Way to pick a hole there for McCarthy. rumbles downfield, first down and 10 at the 30. McCarthy had a gain of about, 21 on that play. Brings up first down and 10 at the 30.
Dylan Frederick was the man in on the tackle, and actually the extra 10 yards were gained because of a great downfield block by Jack Kerwin.
46 and counting, Oviatt under center. McCarthy the lone man in the backfield. Three receivers to the far side. Handoff up the middle of McCarthy, and this time he's stuffed up the middle by the interior of the Hill High defense for no gain, maybe a loss of 1. Let's see where they mark it. No, that's no gain for McCarthy. Second down and 10.
Isaac Nakamoto in on that tackle again. He can stick when he gets his head in there. He can tackle very well.
Second down and 10 Newberg at their own 30. Newberg on their first possession scored on an 80-yard touchdown drive, looking to put an 89-yard touchdown drive. Under center is Oviatt. McCarthy in the backfield. Snap goes back and a handoff to James Conrad on the counter sweep there. Fake the handoff up the middle to Oviatt. Conrad from the wing position. Cut up the middle, gain of a short 1, brings up third down and 9.
Isaac Nakamoto in on the tackle again. We haven't seen, Newberg's cleaned up their little mistakes a lot from the beginning of the year. The balls haven't been hitting the ground as much. The quarterback exchange to the running backs have been a lot cleaner. That ball was bobbled a little bit by Conrad, which kind of slowed his step, kind of threw his rhythm off. I think that cost him a couple yards on that carry.
But that is a good point. We have not been talking about Newberg beating themselves lately. Oviatt goes back to pass, flare out to Conrad. Conrad cuts inside to the 30 to 35. I don't think he's going to have enough to get to the first down marker. He doesn't. It's going to bring up a gain of about 5. He needed 9. Going to bring up fourth down and 4, and I believe Newberg will send on the punt team.
Conrad's showing great athletic ability just to gain those 5 yards. He got around 3 players on individual effort, had 1 more player to escape to give himself some room for those last 4 yards.
And the first play of the second quarter will be a Newberg punt. It's the end of 1. Newberg 7, Hillsboro 0. We'll be back after this short timeout.
If you're involved in a vehicle crash, you need to take your car or light truck to a repair center that will fix it right the first time. The philosophy of J&W CarStar Collision Repair Center in McMinnville is relax. We'll take it from here. Roger Fowler stands by his crew's reputation. J&W CarStar Collision Repair Center, 1100 Northeast Lafayette in McMinnville. There are times you simply need a friend, someone who will stop and listen to your needs. Macy & Sons have been serving families here since 1903, 5 generations of their family taking care of yours. Macy & Sons, in the business of helping people and meeting the individual needs of McMinnville area families, and will continue to do so in the future. So at the time when you need someone who cares, understands, and is there to help, Macy & Sons, serving 9 communities in Yamhill County.
Welcome back to Hare Field. After 1, the Newberg Tigers lead the Hillsboro Spartans by a score of 7-0. On in punt formation is, they actually might be coming out, okay, they are punting. Used to see an Oviatt back there to punt, DeLashmus back there to punt, Oviatt the up back. Back deep for Hillsboro is Dylan Frederick.
Watch the fake.
His toes at the 28. Snap goes back, kick is up, end over ender. Gonna bounce at the 30, take a little bit of a Newberg bounce, but sideways. Now it's a nice Newberg bounce, about a 10, 11-yard bounce inside the 20 at the 19.5, where Hillsboro will take over first down and 10 at their own 20.
So the first quarter is exactly what Newberg wanted. Major ball control, dominated time of possession, put a touchdown on the board. Now they've got Hillsboro High pinned back for an 80-yard drive. If they want to put anything on the board, they've got 80 yards to go. So momentum's kind of in Newberg's favor at this point in time.
Jones under center, Cavender, and I believe that's number 2, Munch in the backfield for Hillsboro. 1 receiver to the near side, 2 to the far. Jones pitch to Munch around the right-hand side. Munch has it strung out and going to lose 1. There is a flag behind the play. Believe that's going to be a hold behind the play, but let's just see as this officiating crew talks about it. That was a 1-yard gain for Munch on the sweep. And Munch limps out for Hillsboro. Got a little dinged on the play.
That's a bummer. First carry and comes out of the game limping. Andrew Creighton in on that stop, but that stop's going off the books because they marched 10 yards off against Hillsboro High.
And so is the carry. So no carries for Munch, but an injury. Going to bring up first down and 20 at the 10 for Hillsboro. Bringing in the play for Hillsboro's Hunter Morse. Coming out is number 82, Jackson Bear. Jones in the shotgun this time. Standing beside him is Cavender. Jones overlooks the field. Two receivers on the near side, to the far. Jones asks for the snap, looks right, throws right, overthrown, almost intercepted by Topfest. And I tell you what, Jones must be pumped up or something. He is overthrowing almost everything tonight.
Yeah, I think he's having a lot to play for. I don't know if he's, we have not seen Hill High before. I don't know if they're typically a throwing offense, if he's maybe out of his comfort zone a little bit, or if he's just amped up for his last game of the season, last regular season game. But he is missing on most of his throws for the evening.
So in the shotgun again is Jones. Cavender stands beside him. Two receivers to the near side, two receivers to the far. Barks out the signal, get the snap, looks right, throws right on the slant, complete to number 20, Hunter Morse on the slant pass. Hunter is going to gain about 9 out to the 19. Going to bring up third down and 11 for the Hillsboro High Spartans.
You know, one thing I noticed, Butler, is that on most of his short passes, he had that short screen up the middle and the quick passes to the outside he's been accurate on, but anything downfield he's overthrown.
Third down and 11 for Hill High. Jones in the shotgun. Jones looks right, throws right, deep, kind of a wobbler, going to be almost intercepted, should have been intercepted by DeLashman. He pounded himself on the helmet because that went right through his fingertips. Looked almost like it was coming down the same way the touchdown pass came to him. Incomplete, fourth down and 11.
Yeah, he wishes he had that one back. That actually would have been an easier catch than his touchdown would have been.
So
they are lining up in field goal formation. Officially, this would be a what is it, brother? 90 or 89-yard field goal if he makes it.
99 because it's 89, and then,
all right,
and then you got to add 10 for the.
I believe this might be a high school record if this is successful.
Could be against the wind, no less. And Newberg's going to take a timeout to talk about it to make sure. We'll be back after this short timeout.
It will be an arduous journey of epic proportions, venturing out into the great unknown, exposed to the rugged, unforgiving elements, struggling for survival when...
So, you're going car camping for the weekend. Here at Les Schwab, we can get you travel ready in no time. That's because every tire we sell comes with lifetime protection, including free pre-trip safety checks and more, plus a great price. That's our best tire value promise.
I could hug you.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
When it comes to trucks, there are a lot of pretenders to the throne out there, but only one brand that's sitting firmly on top of it, and that's Ford. Hi, John Kirkanick here from Newberg Ford, and we've got a great selection of F-Series trucks on hand and can show you why. They've been #1 in sales and #1 in your hearts for 37 straight years. They're simply the best. And the best place to get one is from the experts at Newberg Ford. We know trucks, and we work harder for you.
High School Sports is brought to you by Davison Auto Parts in McMinnville. High school athletes.
Welcome back as we have the 99-yard field goal try. 2 men back for Newberg, James Conrad and Andrew Topfest, and it's going to bounce at the 45. Conrad picks it up at the 48. He's to the 40 and snowed under there. Call it the 41. Going to be first down and 10 Newberg at their own 41.
Interesting that they're not kicking the ball out of bounds. On the previous games where we've seen this rule implemented, the kicker would actually kick the ball to the sideline to not allow any return whatsoever. Hills choosing to kick the ball right up the middle, allowing for a return. Don't quite see the strategy for lining up for the field goal in that with that in mind.
So Ovia going to bring out the Newberg offense. I'm sorry I'm delaying. I'm trying to get Oregon Live on here to give you some scores. We'll work on that at halftime. Ovia at under center. Is that Topfest? No, that is McCarthy in the backfield. Wings are Topfest and no, it is
Harden.
Harden in the backfield. McCarthy and Top Fist. And Harden
up the middle.
30. He's cuts on the left-hand side of the 25 to the 20, breaks the tackle, and rolls inside the 20 to the 19. Nice, tough running there by Harden for Newberg.
21-yard gain on that for Harden. Quick hitter up the middle. I don't think Hill High was expecting him to get the ball because he had wide open real estate right in front of him. As soon as he had the ball, he was an easy first down. Then he made another 11 yards on individual effort.
So first down and 10, Newberg at the 20. Looking good to start this second quarter for Newberg. Under center is Oviatt. Man in the backfield's Harden. Two wings are McCarthy and Topfest. Topfest, the man in motion. Hand off at the middle of Harden. No, keep this time by Oviatt. Oviatt around the right-hand side. And that was nicely defended by Hillsboro as they had both Oviatt and Topfest on, who was the pitch man, defended there. Going to be a short gain of 1, second down and 9.
Tony Jusko in on the first man on the hit, but about half of the team made that tackle. Oviatt made the right choice, though. The pitch man was not available, so he was right just to do what he could, making that 1-yard gain rather than turning the ball over on a bad pitch.
So it's second down and 9 at the 19 for Newberg. Under center's Oviatt. Man in the backfield's Harden. Two wings, man in motion is McCarthy. Handoff up the middle of Harden over the left-hand side. Harvin into the end zone for the touchdown. Great 19-yard run that time by Harden. And Newberg is going to have a 13-0 lead with an extra point oncoming.
Yeah, he got hit by one man at the line of scrimmage, and after that, he didn't see another Hill High player till the 2-yard line. That player had laid a hand on him, but then he was into the end zone for the easy touchdown.
So extra point oncoming now for Newberg. Oviatt set to kick. The holder is DeLashman. 9:16 left to go in the half. Newberg 13, Hillsboro 0. Here's the snap. The kick is up and good. So with 9:16 left to go in the half, it's 14-0 Newberg. We'll be back after this short timeout.
High school sports is brought to you by Davison Auto Parts in McMinnville. High school athletes strive to be the best they can be, and so does Davison Auto Parts. Davison Auto Parts, 1717 North Baker Street in McMinnville, takes pride in providing customers with the best quality parts and personal service. As a Napa Auto Parts dealer, Davison Auto Parts has fast access to an inventory of more than 400,000 parts. Davison Auto Parts, Baker Street, McMinnville, a trusted partner in keeping your vehicle safe on the road.
It started with 4 friends, 10 days, 1,200 miles, a long, lonely highway to nowhere.
And it looks like it ended with one pretty flat tire. But don't worry. Here at Les Schwab, we can get you fixed up and back on your road trip in no time, because every tire we sell comes with lifetime protection, including free flat repairs, pre-trip safety checks, and more, plus a great price. That's our best tire value promise.
Mind blown.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Welcome back to Hare Field, where the Newberg Tigers lead the Hillsboro Spartans 14-0. Here's the kickoff for DeLashman. DeLashman punches it up again and caught out of the air by number 12, Marshall Taunton, and he immediately fell to the ground. First down and 10 for Hillsboro at their own 44-yard line.
Yeah, kind of a late hit by one of the Newberg players there. I think that should have been an unsportsmanlike flag. A couple other people up in the booth think the same thing. Kind of an unnecessary pop delivered by the Newberg player.
Well, and it's an interesting. I gotta believe he's not kicking it as deep as he would like to kick it. He wants to punch it up just over the top, just a little bit.
Yeah, probably.
Jones in the shotgun, looks over to the sideline. Man stands beside him is Cavender. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Snap goes back to Jones. Jones looks to the right, can't find anybody. Rolls left. He's gonna be sacked from behind by number 4. That is Marcus Dufour coming from the far side, tracked down to Matt Jones for a loss of 9.
Yeah, Dufour were in from the linebacker quarter position on a delayed blitz, showing some great speed, catching the quarterback as he's trying to escape around the right-hand side.
So looking over to the sideline is Jones for the play. They're kind of in a pseudo hurry up. They are coming, not huddling, but not in a hurry once they get to the line of scrimmage either. Looking over to make sure. And do we have a penalty? Did I miss a flag on the play?
Yeah, defensive holding.
Defensive hold is 10 yards and an automatic first down. That'll bring the ball inside Newberg territory to the 46.
Well, that negates an outstanding defensive play by Newberg.
Huge penalty there.
Yeah, huge. I mean, it shows as a 10-yard penalty on the books, but in reality, that's about a 15 or 16-yard penalty plus a gain of a first down.
9:09 left to go in the ballgame. Here's a quick snap to Jones. Jones flares it out to the right-hand side to Gaskell. Gaskell around the right-hand side, going to have a gain of about 4, maybe 5 before he's pushed back. Nice, quick passing attack. Short passes right on target.
Yeah, and Topfest in on that quick hit him a little high, but slowed him down enough for the rest of the players to make the tackle. Gain of 5 yards on that pass.
2nd down and 5, ball at the 41. 8:37 left to go here in the first half. Newberg leads 14-0. Snap goes back to Jones. Pitch to the near side to T.J. Cavender. Cavender follows his blockers. Good for a first down and more. Rolls inside the 35 to the 34. Gain of about 6. First down and 10, Hillsboro. And this is starting to look a little bit like the first drive of the game for the Hillsboro Spartans.
Dane Jensen in on that stop after a 7-yard gain. First down for Hillsboro. That's their 3rd rushing first down of the game.
Nice stat. I'm impressed. How are you doing that? That's good, man.
I can count.
All right. 8:13 left to go in the half. Jones in the shotgun. Standing beside him is Cavender. Oh, correction, that's number 2, Munch.
Must have walked off his hurt ankle.
Now going under center is Jones. Munch, lone man in the backfield. Snap pass over the right-hand side. Bobbled over there by number 22, Gaskell, and he's going to get snowed under for a loss. And that was a huge bobble for Gaskell. If he'd have caught that clean, had some movement, but the bobble allowed the Newberg defense to close.
Yeah, and that was a tough break with that bobble. Andy Topfest in on that stop for, about a 4-yard loss?
Flag on the play right at the line of scrimmage. Let's see who's the side judge is talking to no, that's the umpire's flag, so something interior happened. Let's see what the white hat has to say.
The hand signal looked like they wanted to meet at the McGrath's after the game, but
and I think they're going to be walking, Hillsboro's backing up, so I'm guessing they're going to back up Hillsboro. Here comes the signal from the official. Chop block, a chop block would be when one man is engaged on the top and one man is engaged on the bottom, and that's a big penalty. That's a 15-yarder instead of the normal 10-yarder because it's considered a personal foul as well.
So it brings up 1st and 25.
1st and 25 at the 30.
A little more than that, 1st and 28. They count the yardage on the
where the chop block happened
right.
was 3 yards in the backfield. So 1st down and 28 for Hillsboro, back on their side of midfield. In the shotgun is Jones. Jones rolls to the left. He's rushed, and he's going to falls on the ground. And I believe Hillsboro fell on that ball, but that's another huge loss. Risky on the tackle. The tackler went high. Oh, and it is recovered by Newberg. So that'll be Newberg's ball. 1st down and 10 in Hillsboro's side of the field at the 30. Great hit.
Bryce Schubert in from his lineman position with a hard high hit, knocking the ball loose. Jacob Hooker actually made the recovery on that play.
And we have a timeout on the field. We'll be back after the timeout of our own.
If you're involved in a vehicle crash, you need to take your car or light truck to a repair center that will fix it right the first time. The philosophy of J&W CarStar Collision Repair Center in McMinnville is relax. We'll take it from here. Roger Fowler stands by his crew's reputation. J&W CarStar Collision Repair Center, 1100 Northeast Lafayette in McMinnville. There are times you simply need a friend. Someone who will stop.
So welcome back to Harefield. Huge play by the defender number 77. That is Bryce Schubert caused the tackle. Who got on the ball? Jacob Hooker recovered the fumble as a jarring hit by Schubert knocked that ball loose.
Yeah, and for good reason. The Hill High coach is not happy with that high hit. I didn't see helmet-to-helmet contact, but he sure did come in high with the forearm across the neck for the quarterback. I'm not sure a penalty or not, but the Hill High coach sure thinks there should have been one.
There was no flag on the play, so Newberg will take over 1st down and 10 deep inside Hillsboro territory at the 31, looking to extend this 14-point lead. 7:32 left to go in the half. Oviatt under center.
Fumble.
Ball's on the ground, and on a bobbled snap by Obi. He smartly just fell right on it for no gain. Going to bring up 2nd down and 10.
I'm glad that didn't happen the play after I said it's a good thing they've cleaned up all those simple mistakes, so I don't call that a jinx.
7:17 left to go in the half. 14-0 Newberg leads. Newberg has looked good early in this ballgame, both offensively and defensively, looking to end the Pacific League season with a winning record, 4-3 in league, going into the first round of the playoffs. Oviatt under center, wishbone formation. Harden the up back, McCarthy and Topfest in the backfield, and we have a penalty flag. I believe there's going to be motion inside on the Newberg line.
Yeah, number 52 had the snap count at 1. Everybody else had the snap count at 2. Andrew Cisneros.
Yes.
Yep.
And
Easy
so
for me to say.
that'll be 2nd down and 15 now for Newberg. There's a 3rd down on the sticks, but it is 2nd down and 15. 6:48 left to go here in the first half, and they're trying to get second on the penalty.
Yeah, the white hat knows their official count. Now he blows the play dead to get it right on the sticks.
He wants to make sure the sticks are right, so everybody in the stands, so the sticks match the scoreboard. Scoreboard operator doing an excellent job up here. And here the clock is running. Oviatt under center. In the wishbone is the Newberg Tigers. It's Harden, McCarthy, and Topfest, the 2 deep backs. Hand off at the middle to Harden, and Harden rolls forward for a gain of about 6. Nice hard running for Harden up the middle. Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Hunter Morrison on that tackle. And that first man through play to Harden has worked quite successfully so far for Newberg tonight. That's 58 yards that Harden's carried on 5 carries.
And 1 touchdown. So 6:03 and counting left to go here in the half. Newberg 14, Hillsboro 0. Speeding through this first half of football action here. Under center is Oviatt. In the wing is Newberg. Harden, the lone man in the backfield. 2 wingmans are Topfest, and now they're shifting out of the wing. 3 receivers to the near side. Man in motion is Topfest. Handoff up, fake the handoff to middle. Option to the near side. Pitch out to Topfest on the right-hand side. He has the corner. Runs over a tackler, but it gets wrapped up after a gain of a couple. Going to be marked out. Well, actually, that's a nice gain of about 5 for Topfest. Brings up 2nd down and 5 at the 26-yard line.
Dylan Frederick in on that tackle for Hill High. That was kind of a late pitch there by Topfest. It was nice that he was able to grab hold of that ball and secure it quickly before he made a couple moves to gain those 5 yards. 4th down, and it looks like they're going to line up to go for it here. They're in the huddle like they're calling a play.
4th and 5, kind of in no man's land, a little bit too far to kick a field goal, certainly too short to punt. So Oviatt under center. Could watch out for the hard count. Could be close to a 1st down on the hard count. Oviatt under center, and that's what he's looking for. Now he gets the snap. Hands off up the middle. No. Fakes the handoff. Quarterback keeper, and he's going to be short, I think. Depends on where they spot it. It's going to be really close. Think he's going to be about a half a yard short, and he is going to be a half a yard short as Hillsboro will take over on downs near the 22-yard line.
I'm not 100% sure that was a clean play. I don't know if Harden was supposed to take the ball and Oviatt said, whoops, okay, I'll just keep it, or if that was really a designed quarterback keeper. At any rate, Hill High does take the ball over on downs. 1st down and 10 for Hillsboro.
So 4:44 left to go here in the half. Newberg 14, Hillsboro 0. Hillsboro quickly around the end is number 5, Dylan Frederick. Frederick was in the Wildcat formation. That ended up being a quarterback keeper, good for a 1st down and a gain of 11 out to the 33. And Hillsboro, as they have all game, in the hurry up.
Topfest had a shot at him in the backfield and chose to sweep for the ball rather than try for the tackle. Not sure you had the tackle anyway, but Topfest was there for a stop for a loss had he made that play.
Frederick, the quarterback. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Cavender stands beside Frederick. Frederick pitched to Cavender late and going to be penetration, but Cavender slips out of this 2-string tackle, but then is met by a whole host of Newberg tacklers over the right-hand side. Going to be a loss of 1 for Cavender. great defense filling for that right side of the Newberg defense.
Matt McCarthy, and it's the first player to hit to blow up the play. 3 other players for Newberg making the tackle.
That McCarthy's first tackle of the night. 4:24 left to go here in the half. Clock is running. In the shotgun, now back is Jones. Stands beside Cavender stands beside him. 3 receivers to the near side. 1 receiver to the far. Jones gets the snap, looks left, throws left, incomplete. And the people in the booth want interference on
If not interference, certainly holding. It was definitely the defender was all over the receiver on that play. But the ball was overthrown again. Incomplete pass for Matt Jones.
No flag on the play. 3rd down and 11. Ball at the 32. 4:07 left to go in the half. Newberg has 2 timeouts left. Hillsboro has 1. Interesting decision for Hillsboro whether or not they would. Well, there's still a lot of time left to be thinking about timeouts. Jones in the shotgun. Munch stands beside him. Snap goes back to Jones. Jones rolls left, looks left, rushed left. Now is on a run for his life. Goes back to the right-hand side. Throws late downfield, wide open. Number 22 collects it at the 46-yard line. Breaks a tackle to the 44, down to the 42. That is Michael Gaskell. Broken play, amazing. There's no flag for lineman downfield. Great discipline for the offensive lineman of the Hillsboro Spartans to stay put. Long completion, 1st down and 10 inside Newberg territory.
Yeah, 25-yard completion on that play and on the tackle.
Under center now is Jones. Lone man in the backfield is Cavender. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Jones, snap pass over to the near side, incomplete, and that was going to be close to a lateral. I do believe it was forward.
Yeah, there was a yard forward on that play, but those are close every time. It's within a yard of being a lateral or a forward pass. So,
and that's the first time we've seen a short pass be a little bit off target for Jones today. A little bit low and outside, just a bit outside, as Bob Euchre would say. In the shotgun is Jones. Cavender stands beside him. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. This is the formation they've been throwing this quick wide receiver screen at him. Fakes it this time. Now the slant is complete. Is that 28? No, 22 on the slant. Gaskell faked this wide receiver screen, then threw the slant to Gaskell. Good for a gain of about 6, maybe 7 at the 36-yard line. Going to bring up 3rd down and 4. 3:22 left to go here in the ball game. Excuse me, in the half.
You want out of here tonight, brother.
That's
the second time you've done that tonight.
In the shotgun is Jones. Jones gets the snap, looks left, throws the slant again. Oh, that's almost picked off by Conrad. Great defensive play that time by number 20, 20 for that. Wrong sheet. Hunter Morse.
And Hunter Morse turned into a defensive back really quick and stripped the ball out of Conrad's hands.
And it's a good thing he did because the Conrad had nothing but green turf in front of him. Incomplete. 4th down and 4. And again, Hillsboro much in the same situation that Newberg was in, kind of in no man's land. Too far to. When I hear people saying in the booth this is a legitimate field goal, this guy must have a leg if this is a legitimate field goal try. They're going to go for it here. 4th down and 4. In the shotgun, Frederick, the Wildcat falls around the left-hand side. He's going to have the 1st down inside the 30. Pushes the pile forward down to the 27. 1st down and 10 Hillsboro. And I got to call a little bit of interesting. If a 55-yard field goal is a legitimate field goal try for Hillsboro, they must have quite a kicker here.
Andy Totfest in on that stop, still picking up the 1st down for Frederick. The 4th down play worked for Hillsboro. They have 1st and 10, knocking on red zone territory.
And this just handed to me the kicker for Hillsboro is an all-state soccer kid who has hit one from that far against Forest Grove. So in the shotgun, Matt Jones. Matt Jones looks to the right-hand side on the slant, wide open that time. This is going to be 6. Nice play by number 12, That is Marshall Taunton. And I tell you what, Taunton got the slant, and a bad angle by the defender let Taunton roll into the end zone. Nice touchdown play. Well, how many was that, brother?
27 yards.
27-yard touchdown pass to Taunton. Brings the score, tries to cut it in half with the extra point on.
And that's why you go for it on 4th down when you're behind 14-0, because 7 does you a good, 3 doesn't do anything for you.
Swinging gate for the 2 is good. So instead of a 14-7, we're going to have a 14-8 ball game. So 2:28 left to go in the half. Newberg 14, Hillsboro 8. We'll be back after this short timeout.
It will be an arduous journey of epic proportions, venturing out into the great unknown, exposed to the rugged, unforgiving elements, struggling for survival when...
So, you're going camping for the weekend. Here at Les Schwab, we can get you travel ready in no time. That's because every tire we sell comes with lifetime protection, including free pre-trip safety checks and more, plus a great price. That's our best tire value promise.
I could hug you.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
When it comes to trucks, there are a lot of pretenders to the throne out there, but only one brand that's sitting firmly on top of it, and that's Ford. Hi, John Kirkanick here from Newberg Ford, and we've got a great selection of F-Series trucks on hand and can show you why. They've been #1 in sales and #1 in your hearts for 37 straight years. They're simply the best. And the best place to get one is from the experts at Newberg Ford. We know trucks, and we work harder for you.
That drive, 6 plays, 78 yards, taking 2 minutes and 18 seconds off the clock, culminated with a 27-yard touchdown pass to Taunton. The 2-point conversion on the swinging gate was good, brings the score to Newberg 14, Hillsboro 8. Here's the kickoff for Hillsboro with 2:28 left to go. As Curtis mentioned it off the air, the Newberg offense, not a quick strike offense.
A run back would be, though.
Yes, here's the kick. Deep downfield. It's going to bounce at the 5, be collected at the 2. That's Topfest. Topfest right to the right-hand side of the 10. Spins to the 15. Breaks the tackle to the 17. First down and 10 on a late flag. I believe that's going to be a late hit. And there's a second one. This could end up with an ejection of some kind. Little bit of chippiness. I know that the official on the near side threw the flag for a late hit, I believe. Then something happened about 5 seconds after that. Threw a second flag. Had to reach to the back pocket for that one. And let's see what we're going to have to sort this penalty out. This could be big for Newberg, or it could back them up deep into their own territory. As it is, the ball rests at the 20. Let's see what they're going to talk about it inside. 2:21 left to go here in the first half. As Tim Burke steps into the booth, he'll be our halftime guest. He knows everything about Newberg sports, so he'll be able to tell us where we stand fall-wise. Let's see, they're still talking about it. 2:21 left to go here in the half. Newberg leads 14-8 over the Hillsboro Spartans. They're pointing against Hillsboro. I'll tell you, it would not surprise me the way that last flag came out if a punch of some kind was thrown. And if they do in high school ball, that's an immediate ejection. Let's see what we have here. They're over talking. Dead ball personal foul against Newberg. And then a dead ball personal foul against Hillsboro. So they offset. Let's see if they have any ejection of any kind. They do not. So what's going to happen is they enforce both these fouls. So in order of occurrence, so it's going to be half the distance to the goal back for Newberg, and then 15 yards back out against Hillsboro. Going to end up, well, maybe they've already marked these. They must have already marked these off. Yes, they have. It's going to bring up first down and 10 at the 24. They do not offset because they're dead ball fouls, and they don't have equivalent yardage to them. First down and 10, Newberg at the 24. 2 personal fouls, 1 against Newberg, 1 against Hillsboro. 2:21 left to go here in this half. Newberg will have the ball to start the second half, looking to put some more points on the board. Under center's Oviatt. Oviatt looks down the center, goes deep down the field, just over the outstretched arms of DeLashman. Incomplete, long incompletion, brings up second down and 10.
Yeah, if that ball was thrown another half a foot shorter, that would have been a great catch and run. Just out of the outstretched reach of DeLashman, and Oviatt is down on the turf.
Oh dear, Oviatt. What did we see? What happened? See what he got drilled at he got drilled as he released the ball, and he is not looking like he's feeling well. So as the trainers tend to Oviatt, we'll be back after this short timeout.
High school sports is brought to you by Davison Auto Parts in McMinnville. High school athletes strive to be the best they can be, and so does Davison Auto Parts. Davison Auto Parts, 1717 North Baker Street in McMinnville, takes pride in providing customers with the best quality parts and personal service. As a Napa Auto Parts dealer, Davison Auto Parts has fast access to an inventory of more than 400,000 parts. Davison Auto Parts, Baker Street, McMinnville, a trusted partner in keeping your vehicle safe on the road.
It started with 4 friends, 10 days, 1,200 miles, a long, lonely highway to nowhere.
And it looks like it ended with one pretty flat tire. But don't worry, here at Les Schwab, we can get you fixed up and back on your road trip in no time, because every tire we sell comes with lifetime protection, including...
So Oviatt limps off with the assistance. Going to have a wildcat going. Looks like Topfest is going to be in there to quarterback with McCarthy, the lone man in the backfield. Topfest is under center.
Harden's in the backfield with them.
Thank you. Snap goes to Topfest. Hands off to Harden. And Harden's going to have a short gain over the left-hand side of about 1, maybe 2. Going to call it 3, bring up third down and 7. Ball, is that number 6 coming in? Fry.
Isaac Nakamoto in on that tackle.
Correction, 5. DeLashman comes in with the play. Topfest will be running the Wildcat under center again. In the backfield is Harden. 2 wings are Conrad and McCarthy. Handoff up the middle to a spinning Harden is going to be close to a first down, but I believe he's going to be stopped a yard short. And I think Hillsboro is going to call a timeout with 1:32 left. They want a chance to score again with this ball back. They do call a timeout, so with 1:32 left to go in the half, Hill High 8, your Newberg Tigers 14. We'll be back after this short timeout.
If you're involved in a vehicle crash, you need to take your car or light truck to a repair center that will fix it right the first time. The philosophy of J&W CarStar Collision Repair Center in McMinnville is relax. We'll take it from here. Roger Fowler stands by his crew's reputation. J&W CarStar Collision Repair Center, 1100 Northeast Lafayette in McMinnville. There are times you simply need a friend, someone who will stop and listen to your needs. Macy & Sons have been serving families here since 1903, 5 generations of their family taking care of yours. Macy & Sons, in the business of helping people and meeting the individual needs of McMinnville area families, and will continue to do so in the future. So at the time when you need someone who cares, understands, and is there to help, Macy & Sons, serving 9 communities in Yamhill County.
Well, welcome back to Hare Field, Voice of Oregon Pulse Sports. Troy Fisher here bringing you all the play-by-play. We have 1:32 left to go here in the half. Newberg 14, Hillsboro 8. 4th down and about 1, and no pump formation for Hillsboro. Under center is Topfest. In the backfield's Harden. Man in motion's Conrad. Trying to get the hard count. And nobody's moving for Hillsboro. Very smart play. Now Topfest hard counts again, and we're going to have a timeout for Newberg. Great thought by the Newberg coaching staff trying to get Hillsboro to jump off on 4th and 1. Can't get him to do it. Probably going to have a punt upcoming when we come back after this short timeout.
It will be an arduous journey of epic proportions, venturing out into the great unknown, exposed to the rugged, unforgiving elements, struggling for survival when...
So, you're going car camping for the weekend. Here at Les Schwab, we can get you travel ready in no time. That's because every tire we sell comes with lifetime protection, including free pre-trip safety checks and more, plus a great price. That's our best tire value promise.
I could hug you.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Welcome back to Hare Field. We'll get scores as we have them for you at halftime. Here, near the half, 1:32 left to go in the first half. Newberg 14, Hillsboro 8. Newberg this time in punt formation. Back deep for Hill High is number 22, Michael Gaskell, and number 5, Dylan Frederick. Gaskell and Frederick have their feet right near the 30. Here's the punt, gets it away, high spiraling punt, turns over, fair catch called for by number 5, Frederick, and he takes a knee at the 32.5-yard line, where Hillsboro will take over, first down and 10 at their own 33.
So unlike Newberg's primarily running style offense, we've seen Hillsboro throw 18 pass attempts tonight. They are geared and ready to throw the ball. They are going to try to strike quick and hard with a minute and a half left.
And the hurry-up is their natural formation. In the shotgun is Jones. Cavender stands beside him. Here's the snap back to Jones. Jones looks right, can't find anybody. Now he's running for his life, and he's going to be sacked down way back, and there's a flag on the play as well, almost where Jones went down. The clock will stop. Ball will be placed inside the 20, right inside the 20 at about the 19.5. Let's see what the flag is. Waving the flag off, must have fallen out of his pocket or something like that. So the sack stands. Huge loss for Hillsboro inside the 20 at the 19.
Yeah, that was a coverage sack primarily. There was nowhere for the quarterback to throw the ball downfield, and eventually Chase Pothier in there to make that great sack.
Snap goes back to Jones, and there's a flag on the play again, and this will stop the clock again. A false start or an illegal formation called by the far side officials. That'll be another 5 yards that Hill High will have to back up, and it's pretty soon. It's going to be second down in Salem.
And interesting, with the direction that they're heading, you might think Newberg might try to stop the clock and get possession and put a score on there for themselves.
Second down and 29 from the 14. Newberg does have a 1 timeout left to go. In the shotgun is Jones. Standing beside him is Cavender. 3 receivers to the near side. Jones looks to the near side, fakes the pump. Now goes down the right-hand sideline, just overthrown over the outstretched arms of Dylan Frederick. And that's what we've seen a lot out of Jones. Anytime it's gone downfield, they've been long.
Yep. It's pretty consistent for them for the night. I'm sure they're going to try to make some adjustments at halftime, try to get them to calm down just a little bit.
Now with 1:03 left to go in the half, third down and a mile. I would be surprised if Newberg, if the clock is running at the end of this play, if Newberg does not call a timeout. Jones in the shotgun. Beside him, Jones, quarterback keeper, and Jones is going to get sacked from behind down at the 10, called at the 11-yard line. Huge loss again. And there is a timeout called by Newberg with just under a minute left to go. Hillsboro's going to have to get into one of those funky field goal formations to try a 104-yard field goal try. We'll be back after this short timeout.
When it comes to trucks, there are a lot of pretenders to the throne out there, but only one brand that's sitting firmly on top of it, and that's Ford. Hi, John Kirkanick here from Newberg Ford, and we've got a great selection of F-Series trucks on hand and can show you why. They've been #1 in sales and #1 in your hearts for 37 straight years. They're simply the best. And the best place to get one is from the experts at Newberg Ford. We know trucks, and we work harder for you.
Great hit again by Schubert. That's the second sack at least for Schubert. The first one was the fumble-causing sack, and this one makes it fourth down, and let's see, on the scoreboard it says 32 from the 11-yard line. Just under a minute left to go here in the half. No timeouts for anyone. As on for the 90, I lied, it's not a 106-yard field goal try, it's a 108-yard field goal try, is the field goal kicker. Gonna need a pretty stiff breeze to get this one up there. Back deep are Topfest and Conrad. Here's the snap, low kick near the sidelines, and as Curtis said, out of bounds, this time near midfield. Let's see where they end up marking it, and they're going to mark it right at midfield. So with 51 seconds left to go, Newberg has a real chance here to do some damage.
That was a better use of this new ridiculous rule as far as kicking it deep and out of bounds unreturnable. So that's exactly what we've seen other teams do all year long.
So let's see what let's see what Topfest at the quarterback.
No, Oviatt's back in.
You see him? Yeah, he is trotting in from the sidelines, not even with a limp. So that's good news if you're a Newberg fan to see Oviatt come in. Hey, I just noticed across the way the Newberg cheerleaders have the pink pom-poms out here tonight. Oviatt in the shot. Oh, let's see where he ends up. In under center in the wing formation. Is that McCarthy in the backfield? It is. McCarthy in the backfield. Conrad and Topfest the wings. Topfest goes in motion. Oviatt looks back to pass. Over the right-hand side, out to Conrad. Conrad makes a man miss near the 30-yard line. Nice pitch and catch there from Oviatt to Conrad. Good for a gain all the way to the 31.
Yeah, good 20-yard pickup, but Conrad had a chance to turn right and head out of bounds to the clock. But the first down stops the clock till they get the ball set.
And Newberg on the line of scrimmage, ready to go in the same formation. Topfest and Conrad the wings. Oviatt under center. Oviatt barks out the signals. Conrad this time in motion. Oviatt looks right, throws to Topfest. Topfest back shoulder grab. Nice move. Has a first down inside the 20 to the 19, and the clock will stop again. 29 seconds left until the chains are set. In the hurry-up is Newberg. Number 72's lost his shoe. He's going to play without one. Will the guard?
Oviatt came up hobbling a little bit, and that was a great adjustment on the ball that time by Topfest.
And Oviatt spikes the ball, gives an opportunity. That's an incomplete pass. Will bring up 2nd down and 10 with 24 seconds left to go at the 19. And this should give a chance for, is that 72 who lost his shoe? Dane Jensen? Is that the... Chucked it off the sideline, played one play without it, and is now going over to put it on.
24 seconds left, 19 yards out. A great opportunity for the Tigers to go in at halftime with some serious momentum and the ball coming out in the second half.
2nd down and 10. Newberg leads by 6, looking to extend it before the half. Clock is stopped due to a spike. Oviatt under center. McCarthy, lone man in the backfield. Wings are Conrad, and we have a penalty delay of game. Now, I don't know, is there a 10-second runoff? No, the clock is stopped, so it wouldn't make a difference, and there's not one in high school anyway. Just a 5-yard backup will bring up 2nd down and 15. And, you know, in this situation, you're really passing anyway, not as huge a deal as it would be, say, in the middle of a quarter. 24 seconds left to go in the half. Tigers 14, Spartans 8. Newberg huddling up near the 35. Oviatt under center. Conrad and Topfest the wings. McCarthy the man in the backfield. Oviatt looks to the right-hand, deep to the left-hand sideline. Oh, there's going to be PI as the defensive man stepped in front of the wide receiver. Not sure of that play. I think both players had a right to be in that spot, but the officials, 2 flags came out, so from 2 different officials, so they both saw it the same way.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. Obviously, they have a better angle and closer to the...
That's right.
It's interesting that the call was made over there because I did see a defensive hold on.
There we go. We're back on.
On a different player. So they threw the flag. A flag should have been thrown. I don't know that a flag should have been thrown on that where they threw it, but the results are the same.
And that will bring up 2nd down and about 3 from the 12 with 19 seconds left to go here in the first half. Conrad in motion. Ooh, going to be a false start against number 75. Jump forward did Evan Smith that time. So back it up 5 yards, but with the clock stopped again. Not as big a deal as everybody will be passing. In some ways, you might even give yourselves a little bit more room down here. We'll bring up 2nd down and call it 8 from the 17. Oviatt breaks the huddle. Comes under center. McCarthy, lone man in the backfield. Topfest and Conrad, the wings. Split to the near side, split to the far. Conrad in motion. Oviatt looks back out of the corner of the backfield. Oh, just a back shoulder catch. A back shoulder pass to Topfest just over his outstretched arms. Going to bring up 3rd down and 8. A little bit hot on the throw for Oviatt.
Yeah, I think Oviatt might have been thinking Topfest would break that route off and come back shoulder because it was a great accurate back shoulder throw. Topfest kept on the fly route. I'm not sure they were on the same page communication-wise. Had he stopped on the route, he would have made an easy catch.
So Oviatt has quite a leg too. He was able to keep his last extra point was good from a long way.
Yeah, but Oviatt can hardly walk at this moment. I'm not sure he's going to be kicking any field goals.
15 seconds. Oviatt under center, looks left, throws left to nobody, incomplete. So with 11 seconds left to go, 4th down, and I believe they are going to try a field goal try here. Should set it down. See, that's at the 18. Call it 7 yards back. Should be around the 25. Call it a 35-yard field goal, and the pad is on. And so it will be Oviatt who's going to try to kick this. Let's see where they put it. It is going to be 25, right at the 25. So this will be a 35-yard field goal attempt by Oviatt with 11 seconds left to go in the half. Holder is Delashment. Now, Oviatt's kick was high enough last time. Not sure he had quite this distance. Let's see how he can do it. Here's the snap. Here's the hold. The kick is up and good.
Right down the middle.
And that would have been good from 45.
That was a great kick.
So with 6 seconds left to go here in the half, Newberg puts 3 on the board, 17-8 over Hillsboro. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout.
When it comes to trucks, there are a lot of pretenders to the throne out there, but only one brand that's sitting firmly on top of it, and that's Ford. Hi, John Kirkanick here from Newberg Ford, and we've got a great selection of F-Series trucks on hand and can show you why. They've been #1 in sales and #1 in your hearts for 37 straight years. They're simply the best. And the best place to get one is from the experts at Newberg Ford. We know trucks, and we work harder for you.
High School Sports is brought to you by Davison Auto Parts in McMinnville. High school athletes strive to be the best they can be, and so does Davison Auto Parts. Davison Auto Parts, 1717 North Baker Street in McMinnville, takes pride in providing customers with the best quality parts and personal service. As a Napa Auto Parts dealer, Davison Auto Parts has fast access to an inventory of more than 400,000 parts. Davison Auto Parts, Baker Street, McMinnville, a trusted partner in keeping your vehicle safe on the road.
Welcome back to Hare Field, where the Newberg Tigers have just extended their lead to 9. Newberg 17, Hillsboro 8 on a 35-yard field goal by Oviatt. And great-looking field goal, would have been good from 45. Oviatt set to kick off. This time kicks off high and a little bit farther down to the 27. Return to the 35. Nice cut inside to the 40, 42-yard line, and 1 second left to go on the clock as Hillsboro will have one play here to see if they can throw a Hail Mary or something to end this half of football. So that last drive, let me see as I can do it on the fly, 48 seconds off the clock, 50 yards on the drive, culminating with a 35-yard field goal for Grayson Oviatt to bring the score 17-8. Here's a snap, goes back, handoff up the middle, breaks to the right-hand side, does number 22 Gaskell, and Gaskell's going to get snowed under for a loss, and that'll be the half. So at halftime, your Newberg Tigers lead the Hillsboro Spartans by a score of 17-8. We'll be back after this short timeout.
High School Sports is brought to you by Davison Auto Parts in McMinnville. High school athletes strive to be the best they can be, and so does Davison Auto Parts. Davison Auto Parts, 1717 North Baker Street in McMinnville, takes pride in providing customers with the best quality parts and personal service. Napa Auto Parts dealer, Davison Auto Parts has fast access to an inventory of more than 400,000 parts. Davison Auto Parts, Baker Street, McMinnville, a trusted partner in keeping your vehicle safe on the road.
It started with 4 friends, 10 days, 1,200 miles, a long, lonely highway to nowhere.
And it looks like it ended with one pretty flat tire. But don't worry, here at Les Schwab, we can get you fixed up and back on your road trip in no time, because every tire we sell comes with lifetime protection, including free flat repairs, pre-trip safety checks, and more, plus a great price. That's our best tire value promise.
Mind blown.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
If you're involved in a vehicle crash, you need to take your car or light truck to a repair center that will fix it right the first time. The philosophy of J&W CarStar Collision Repair Center in McMinnville is relax. We'll take it from here. Roger Fowler stands by his crew's reputation. J&W CarStar Collision Repair Center, 1100 Northeast Lafayette in McMinnville. There are times you simply need a friend. Someone who will stop and listen to your needs. Macy & Sons have been serving families here since 1903. 5 generations of their family taking care of yours. Macy and Sons, in the business of helping people and meeting the individual needs of McMinnville area families, and will continue to do so in the future. So at the time when you need someone who cares, understands, and is there to help, Macy and Sons, serving 9 communities in Yamhill County.
It will be an arduous journey of epic proportions, venturing out into the great unknown, exposed to the rugged, unforgiving elements, struggling for survival when...
So, you're going car camping for the weekend. Here at Les Schwab, we can get you travel ready in no time. That's because every tire we sell comes with lifetime protection, including free pre-trip safety checks and more, plus a great price. That's our best tire value promise.
I could hug you.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Welcome back to Hare Field, where the Newberg Tigers, your Newberg Tigers, lead the Hillsboro Spartans by a score of 17-8. You're listening to Newberg Tiger football on the Oregon Pulse Network, OregonPulse.com. This is the voice of Oregon Pulse Sports. Troy Fisher bringing you all today's play-by-play. Thank our sponsor station, KLYC, where you can listen to the McMinnville game that near the half. McMinnville leading Century 13-2 in that. That may have an impact on league standings. Also have other scores for you from around the league. What I have for you now is special guest, knower of all things Newberg athletics, not to put any pressure on him, Tim Burke, the athletic director for Newberg High School. Welcome, Tim.
Thanks, Troy. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate you guys stepping up this year. We've always enjoyed a relationship with KLYC Radio and them bouncing back and forth between Newberg and Mac, but it's been really nice to have somebody at every one of our games, and I know that's a lot of your time, and it means a lot to our community, a lot of positive comments, so I appreciate you doing that.
Well, thank you. We appreciate it. We sure are having fun doing it. Hey, I want to get into a little bit of information about what all is going on in all things Newberg athletics for the fall season. Let's talk a little bit about this game first. What are your thoughts about the first half?
You know, as I watch us play, the biggest difference for us this year has been our defense and a big change in attitude. We have really, from the past couple of years, have stepped up in how we strike people, consistent hitting. Offensively, people are catching on. We changed from a wide open style offense that was run by former coach Eric Carlson, who's now an assistant. Wide open, one set would be open, nobody in the backfield. Next set, full house, and now Coach Tomlin comes in and puts in the veer, and it's taken about 2 or 3 years for our kids to change into that style. And this group of kids has really bought into what Coach Tomlin is doing. He brought in his dad as a nice defensive adjustment, and the level of intensity has picked up across the program. I think a lot of that too has to do with our youth program. This group of juniors and seniors were the first 2 groups who really went through the whole paces of a new and more intense football in the community, and so I think we're seeing some of the fruits of that. And so you have a kid like Grayson Oviatt, who's never played down a quarterback until this year, and shows up in August, and all of a sudden, guess what, son? You're not only running a quarterback position, but you're also running a veer, and we're trying to read it. And they've really done a great job buying into what's going on and working hard, and I think that's what you're seeing tonight.
Well, and we've talked about the defense all season. We've had 4 or 5 Newberg games, and we've talked about the defense all season really stepping up and being just so impressive. One of the things that we also noticed, and I had an opportunity to talk with Coach Tomlin earlier in the season, and one of the things that he kept saying is, if we can just play the other team and not ourselves too, and not beat ourselves, we can do some things. But we've seen that the last 5 games. I mean, we're looking at potentially going 4-1 over the last 5 games. We kind of have stopped beating ourselves.
Yeah, if we don't turn the ball over, we are tough to beat because we do eat up a lot of clock, and our defense is going to make it tough for people to score. You know, 3 or 4 weeks ago, we were out on this same field against Glencoe, and we lose a tough game 6-0, but that's 5 turnovers. But, you know, we hang on to the ball, and we're a pretty good football team. And I really enjoy watching our kids. They bounce back. Something bad happens, there's not a lot of pouting or whining about it. They just get after it and go after the next play. And that's kept us in games, and it's put us in a spot to earn a playoff spot for the first time in about 4 years.
Well, and that's a great segue into playoffs. Now, when we started this game, Newberg football could have ended anywhere from 2nd to 5th, anywhere along the charts. With the victory here, we're not going to be in that. If we continue the victory here, we're not going to be in the 5th spot for sure. We're going to have that bye. What is your understanding of what has to fall in the Pacific for us to be in which spots?
Tigard obviously will be the league champion. That's been settled. And now, after last week's game, Co and Tualatin are playing each other tonight, and so the winner of that game will finish second. The loser of that game, should we hang on here and keep battling and take care of Hillsboro, will be tied with whoever loses that game, and then it's kind of a tiebreaker situation.
Head-to-head?
Head-to-head is the first tiebreaker in our conference. That used to be a lot bigger deal when the playoff brackets were already predetermined by league placing, but really, we definitely want to win, and so does everybody out there, but really what it does is it gets us into the playoff. If we win this game, we're in the playoffs, and then it's just a matter of power rankings of who we might play and whether we might host it. If we don't get this done tonight, there's still an outside chance, but we don't want to even think about that or talk about that. But we'd have to have Century would have to beat McMinnville tonight if we give up this lead.
So definitely going to continue our season. This is not the last. This is not the last game for Newberg. They're going to play. Hopefully not next week. They'll hopefully have a bye. But this is the last game of the Pacific League.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this whole reconfiguration thing?
Our league has been pretty good about fighting for what I think is a better approach to creating leagues. I repeatedly over the last 3 or 4 times when the OSAA has gone through this 4-year cycle, we keep asking, what is the purpose for putting schools into leagues? From my perspective, being in this job for 16 years, you should be putting schools together that share advantages and share problems and share issues so that you can problem solve together. I look at McMinnville, Newberg, and Forest Grove particularly, all small college towns. We share a lot of information. We help each other. We work together, and if it's supposed to be about kids, and that's what it keeps coming back to, then I don't understand a system that creates where those 3 schools are not together. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. So I'm disappointed about we're going to lose those relationships with McMinnville and Forest Grove. I'm excited about this new league in terms of competition. If that's really not the issue for me, but I like being in a league where we have a lot in common with other schools, and we have an issue we're trying to solve and we can't get it done. Maybe they have a good idea. I don't know that we're going to have a whole lot in common with this new league, but I do know that our coaches are pumped and they're excited and they're going to get after it. And whoever we play is whoever we play, and we're going to try to get it done.
How much control do we have over non-league scheduling?
That process has evolved over the years, where we really do try to do a good job of getting in a room, and how that works is you try to match up teams that you're going to think are strong next year. It doesn't matter the sport. So we list all the teams who are going to be strong, all the teams who think they might be struggling that next year, and we try to create the best matchups. That was a great system, and it worked really well until this power ranking issue came into play. And now you got people jockeying for position, and I really don't want to play this person, but I'd rather play this person so I can get a better power ranking. Right. So what we would like to do, I don't know if it's going to work because that's how the process is, but what we would really like to do is try to create schedules where we can play Forest Grove and we can play McMinnville, or we can play Forest Grove and beat McMinnville. Maybe I should say it that way. And I think Oregon City and West Linn could be saying the same thing and should be. And so I think if we're smart about it, we can keep and honor those long traditional rivalries and still have a balanced scheduling across the process for everybody.
Perfect. So since we've talked the league and we've talked about football, let's talk about fall sports now. I would say this has been a fairly successful fall season for Newberg Athletics. Why don't you talk about where we are in some of the other fall athletics?
It's been pretty fun. It's fun to watch. I made a commitment this year that from 3, I used to try to be the athletic director and coach football at the same time, and I made a commitment. I'm not in meetings. I'm at somebody's practice watching, and it's so fun to watch these kids work so hard and have success that we're having this year. We never really talk about wins. We want to get after it, but I'll start with 2 programs who year in and year out always get it done. Our girls cross country team is a great example. They went through the league this year and won the dual title. Unfortunately, yesterday they didn't run as well as they wanted to, and so we won't be sending everybody to state. But a great run for the girls program. They're league champs. Water polo, of course, is a sport that maybe a lot of people aren't aware of. But at Newberg we sure are, and most of our 44 state championships are due to those 2 programs. And the boys are sitting at the top of the league again, and probably at the top of the state or battling for another state title. Our girls are second in that league, and again they'll be hunting for the title. So those two programs are doing well. Volleyball has made a tremendous bounce and a turnaround.
That's quite a change.
They are, it's so fun to watch them because there's no big superstar. There's a bunch of girls who are just working their tails off, and when something good happens, there's not this big uproar celebration. It's, well, yeah, it should happen that way because we've worked hard to do it. And they're a bunch of height-challenged kids, I'll say it that way. There's not some big 6'4" blocker in the middle who's dominating everything. We have a bunch of kids who just have a lot of skill development, and that goes back to our community creating a continuous program. But they're league champs. They'll be hosting a playoff game at Newberg High School on Wednesday, 7 o'clock. We don't know who we're going to play because those playing games are taking place right now this coming Saturday. So volleyball will host as league champs on Wednesday. Both soccer programs had some tough games yesterday against Hillsboro, so that put them both in a play-in situation. And people are confused playing playoff. I just look at a play-in as just a non-league game.
Right.
And that's the easiest way to think about it. The two exceptions are if you win, you go to the playoffs, and we unfortunately have to charge admission. So hopefully people are listening. They'll be ready to pay for admission. But we will be hosting both boys and girls soccer games on Tuesday at Newberg High School. And what we will do right now is start the boys' game at 5, and then the girls' game will follow at 7:15.
Under the lights.
Under the lights at Lauren Douglas Field. Yeah, you bet. So that takes us through all those programs except for this group out here on the field tonight. And it's so fun to watch this group come together. The coaches met. I met with the coaching staff last year at the end of the season. We did a big reflection piece on what things we need to work on. And now we fast forward, 4, 5, 6, 7 months later, almost a year later, and they are they're doing and working on the things that they said, and they made a commitment. And I've never seen this staff work harder together. It was pouring down rain. I was in a nice dry press box during practice a couple weeks ago, and they were out there, and you couldn't tell a thing. They were just going after it and working. Everybody was coaching. Everybody was listening. It was just fun to watch.
We've noticed this team is a group of hard workers. Both coaching staff and the boys they just get after it all the time.
They do, and it's not just the field either. I will say, we've won at least twice now. The Salem football officials have recognized Newberg for Newberg and Newberg football and our staff and on how we treat our visitors. That's the visiting team. That's the officials. Part of that is our ambassador, Carolyn DeCrevel, who has been at that school for over 50 years. But a lot of it has to do with how our football coaches expect the behavior of their young man to reflect this community. I'm standing in the commons talking to our league custodian, and about 5 kids came up and handed him a piece of paper. And I don't know if he was taking bets or what, but what it turned out is somebody decided to leave a mess in the locker room, and he let Coach Tallman know, and next thing I know, it was corrected, and there were personal apologies written, and so, little things like that, people might think those are minor, but it sends a big message. We don't care about you just when you're on the field in between the white lines. We want you doing the right things everywhere you go.
Character building stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And TJ has been relentlessly in pursuit of, guys, I'm not here to teach you football. I'm here to teach you football and to be good young men, and not in that order. And our kids really buy into it, and there's really a connection across the board with our coaching staff.
Tim, it's been a great pleasure to have you at halftime. I want to let you know also that KLYC Radio is working diligently to try to get more of the basketball on the air.
Good deal.
Hopefully going to try to do that. Hey, you're listening to Newberg Football on the Oregon Pulse Network. I want to thank Tim Burke for being my halftime guest. We'll be back with stats and more after this short timeout.
When it comes to trucks, there are a lot of pretenders to the throne out there, but only one brand that's sitting firmly on top of it, and that's Ford. Hi, John Kirkanick here from Newberg Ford, and we've got a great selection of F-Series trucks on hand and can show you why. They've been #1 in sales and #1 in your hearts for 37 straight years. They're simply the best. And the best place to get one is from the experts at Newberg Ford. And we work harder for you.
High School Sports is brought to you by Davison Auto Parts in McMinnville. High school athletes strive to be the best they can be, and so does Davison Auto Parts. Davison Auto Parts, 1717 North Baker Street in McMinnville, takes pride in providing customers with the best quality parts and personal service. As a Napa Auto Parts dealer, Davison Auto Parts has fast access to an inventory of more than 400,000 parts. Davison Auto Parts, Baker Street, McMinnville, a trusted partner in keeping your vehicle safe on the road.
It started with 4 friends, 10 days, 1,200 miles, a long, lonely highway to nowhere.
And it looks like it ended with one pretty flat tire. But don't worry, Here at Les Schwab, we can get you fixed up and back on your road trip in no time because every tire we sell comes with lifetime protection, including free flat repairs, pre-trip safety checks, and more, plus a great price. That's our best tire value promise.
Mind blown.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Well, welcome back to Hare Field, where the Newberg Tigers lead the Hillsboro Spartans by a score of 17-8. This is the voice of Oregon Pulse Sports, Troy Fisher, bringing you all the play-by-play. Thank you so much for listening to Oregon Pulse Sports, and thank you to our sponsors, Davison Auto Parts, Les Schwab, J&W CarStar Sports, Macy & Sons, Les Schwab, and Newberg Ford. Thank all of our sponsors for listening to them as well. Let's talk about the scoring. First, it is a 17-8 halftime advantage. Let's talk about how we got there. In the first, Newberg went with 3:37 left to go in the first, a 7-play, 80-yard drive, taking 3 minutes and 30 seconds off the clock, culminating with a 42-yard touchdown pass from Ovia to DeLashmuth. The extra point was good, brought the score to a 7-0 Newberg lead. Then in the second, 9:16 left to go in the second, a 3-play, 41-yard drive, taking 1 minute and 17 seconds off the clock, culminated with a 19-yard touchdown run by Harden. Extra point was good, brought the score to Newberg 14, Hillsboro 0. Hillsboro answered in the second with 2:28 left to go in the second, a 6-play, 78-yard drive, 2 minutes and 18 seconds off the clock, culminated with a 27-yard touchdown pass to Taunton. The 2-point conversion on the swinging gate was good, brought the score to 14-8 with let's see, a minute and 20 seconds, with 51 seconds left to go on the clock, but that was too much time as the Newberg Tigers took the ball on the 50-yard line. 5 plays later, they kicked, Mr. Oviatt kicked a 35-yard field goal that would have been good from 45, made the halftime score 17-8. So that's how we got to the 17-8 Newberg advantage. Let's talk about the statistics, dear brother.
Hillsboro, starting with Hillsboro statistics for the rushers, we have leading the Hillsboro Spartans, Tyler Frederick, 4 carries for 29 yards. TJ Cavender, 4 carries for 15 yards. Gaskell, 2 carries for 4 yards. And Matt Jones, on his 3 quarterback sacks, has lost 34 yards on the night so far. Receiving, Hillsboro throws the ball around a bit. Gaskell has 5 receptions for 38 yards. Taunton has 2 for 28. Morris has 2 for 23. Dillon has 1 for 5. The touchdown pass came from Matt Jones to Taunton on a 27-yard touchdown pass. That takes care of Hillsboro's stats for the night. Leading your Newberg Tigers, Garrison Harden had 7 carries for 67 yards, averaging almost 10 yards per carry. Throw a touchdown in the mix for Garrison. Matt McCarthy had 4 carries for 25 yards. Oviatt 4 carries for 14, and Topfest 3 carries for 12. On the passing, Oviatt only threw a couple balls early, threw several on that last drive. He ultimately ended 4 for 7 for 79 yards with 1 touchdown to Tyler DeLashmuth, who has 42 yards on his 1 catch. Conrad has a couple catches for 25 yards. Topfest has a catch for 12 yards.
Well, and thanks to our third man in the booth, we can talk about Newberg tackling as well. We have lots of folks with 3 tackles each. Let's talk about that. Come on, Uncle Bob, get the headphones on. Let's talk about the Newberg tackling, if you will.
James Conrad had 3 tackles, as did Jack Kerwin. Podfest, he had actually 2. Matt McCarthy had 3 also, and Chase Potier had 3. And we should mention Bryce Schubert because he had 2 tackles, but both of his were for sacks, and 1 was for a fumble that was a big turning point in the game.
Yeah, and so the Newberg defense, as athletic director Tim Burke mentioned, and at halftime, showing up big this game as they have all season. We will be back for the second half kickoff after this short timeout.
High School Sports is brought to you by Davison Auto Parts in McMinnville. High school athletes strive to be the best they can be, and so does Davison Auto Parts. Davison Auto Parts, 1717 North Baker Street in McMinnville, takes pride in providing customers with the best quality parts and personal service. As a Napa Auto Parts dealer, Davison Auto Parts has fast access to an inventory of more than 400,000 parts. Davison Auto Parts, Baker Street, McMinnville, a trusted partner in keeping your vehicle safe on the road.
It started with 4 friends, 10 days, 1,200 miles, a long, lonely highway to nowhere.
And it looks like it ended with one pretty flat tire. But don't worry, here at Les Schwab, we can get you fixed up and back on your road trip in no time, because every tire we sell comes with lifetime protection, including free flat repairs, pre-trip safety checks, and more, plus a great price. That's our best tire value promise.
Mind blown.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
If you're involved in a vehicle crash, you need to take your car or light truck to a repair center that will fix it right the first time. The philosophy of J&W CarStar Collision Repair Center in McMinnville is relax. We'll take it from here. Roger Fowler stands by his crew's reputation. J&W CarStar Collision Repair Center, 1100 Northeast Lafayette in McMinnville.
Welcome back to Hare Field. Couple of scores in the Pacific for you, ones that matter at least if you're a Newberg fan. Glencoe leading 17-0 over Tualatin, and McMinnville leading 13-2 over Century. That Glencoe Tualatin score important in that if that score holds up and our score holds up, Newberg will end up third in the Pacific this year. So set to kick off will be the Hillsboro Spartans. Back deep for Newberg will be Totfest and Conrad. Be interesting to see how Oviatt's lower extremity, ankle, foot, knee, whatever, how that did over halftime. Got some treatment at halftime. As Curtis mentioned, was limping a little bit. So here we go. There's the whistle and the kickoff. Newberg will be receiving in the south end zone. That would be the left-hand side of your computer screen. And here's the windup and the delivery. Then kicked right to Topfest at the 4. He's to the 10, 15, 20 up the midfield. Cuts, gets a block at the 30, 35, 40, 41-yard line, and he's finally rolled down. Great return of about 38 yards for Topfest out to the 41. First down and 10, Newberg. Great field position.
Topfest had some blocking set up, and he was a patient runner, allowing his blockers to get in position and seal some lanes for him. And once he busted through the first line, he hit some open field, made some plays on himself. Ultimately, a great 33-yard return for Topfest.
Oviatt is in there under center. Back into the wishbone are the Newberg Tigers. Handoff to McCarthy. McCarthy, nice run over the left-hand side to the left-hand hash, gain of 6. Will bring up second down and 4.
Matt Jones in on the tackle for McCarthy after that good 6-yard pickup, brings up second and 4. Newberg back in the huddle. It's nice to see Oviatt back in the game.
Oh, maybe it's that. Maybe it's the plug-in thing. We're having some issues with our board. We'll try to get that fixed out. If we fade out from time to time. That was a run up the middle for a gain of 3. Did you see who ran?
McCarthy. So now we have second and 1. McCarthy on the dive play up the middle.
So second down and 1 near midfield at the 49 for Newberg early in the second half. Newberg leads by 9, 17-8, looking to take a little bit of control with a drive here to start the second half. Oviatt under center. Wishbone for the backs. And off to the up back, number 34. That's Harden up the middle. Harden's going to have a first down and more, gain of about 5 into Hillsboro territory at the 46. First down and 10.
No surprise given Harden the ball up the middle. Has been successful with that play all night. Dylan Frazier in on the tackle to bring Harden down after a 5-yard pickup.
First down and 10, Newberg on the Hillsboro side of the field at the 46. Oviatt breaks the huddle, surveys the defense. Into the wishbone goes the Newberg Tigers. Harden the up back. Handoff this time to
Topfest.
Is that Topfest? 19.
Topfest for a gain of 2.
Followed the blocking of Garrison Harden over the right-hand side. Brings up second down and 9.
Jackson Bayer in on that quick tackle after they give him 3 yards on that carry. 3 yards for Topfest.
And already eating some time off the clock. 2 minutes gone here in the third quarter.
Everybody in the booth cheering at this rush and running attack for the Newberg Tigers, getting out of here early tonight.
Oviatt under center, so we can wake up for game day is what I heard. Through the center of the line this time is Harden. Harden's going to plow forward for another gain of about 3. That'll bring up 3rd down and 4 at the 40. And Harden is really powering through the center of this Hillsboro defensive line.
Yeah, I mean, he's opened up some good holes for him. Once he gets hit, he does. He got tackled pretty good by that time by Morse. So, but a good 3-yard gain. Typically, I haven't seen his average, 75 yards on 9 carries. So he's getting 7 or 8 yards a pop.
So back into the wishbone again, tight into the near side, split to the far. McCarthy and Topfest, the man. Oh, and we're gonna have a false start on the tight end, or excuse me, on the tackle of the far side. That's number 52. Cisneros jumped early. Gonna back that ball up 5 yards to the 45. Bring up 3rd down and 9.
Tough break. They were driving, had a 3rd and manageable to a 3rd and long. Expect Oviatt to go back and a pass on this play.
Nice to see lots of McMinnville fans, or excuse me, that was a mistake. Lots of Newberg fans across the way. You know, when we do both games, it gets difficult.
Yeah,
sometimes.
it'd be nice to have one team to call.
Being a Newberg School District employee, you know which one I would like to do. Under center is Oviatt. in the wishbone.
Go.
Fakes the handoff, does Oviatt, goes over the center, completed pass out of the backfield. That's number 4, DeFore. DeFore, correction, he came from the tight end slot on the far side. Great fake play action there by Oviatt, and DeFore came wide open all the way across the field. Nice for a good 1st down.
Defensive back had relatively good position on that, but with DeFore's height, he was able to just outleap the outstretched arm of the defender and come down for the 18-yard pickup.
8:30 left to go here in the 3rd. Newberg leads by 9, 17-8 over the Hillsboro Spartans. Oviatt breaks the huddle again into the wishbone. Harden, the up back, fakes the handoff to Harden, and on the counter is Topfest around the right-hand side. He plows over the Newberg tackler all the way down to the 21. Going to bring a gain of about 7, maybe 8, depends on where they mark it. Will bring up 2nd down and 3 with 8 minutes to go in the 3rd and counting.
Topfest around the end with quickness that time, picked up 4 yards with the design of the play, picked up the last 3 on individual effort against 2 Hillsboro defenders.
Again, every play on this drive has been the wishbone, and I guess you're right, but under center is Oviatt. Hand off to McCarthy this time over the left-hand side. McCarthy, not quite as big a gain. Had 2nd down and 3, got 2 of them. Going to bring up 3rd down and 1 for the Newberg Tigers.
Tony Jesko in on that tackle to prevent the 1st down. Now it's 3rd down and 1 on this play. We'll see what Newberg dials up.
If it's anything like it has been, it'll be a dive to Harden out of the up-back formation. That's my prediction.
I'll bet you $1 you're wrong.
Okay, you're on. Oviatt under center. Barks out the snap count, and you owe me $1.
I don't know about that. I think...
Who has the ball?
Oviatt was pulling that out of his belly.
Who has the ball, though? That's Harden. Harden carry up the middle for the 1st down, and I'm $1 richer, and Newberg's a 1st down closer to the end zone.
And the booth says, I lost that bet.
7:01 left to go here in this 3rd quarter. Tigers 17, Spartans 8. Oviatt in no hurry to break out of the huddle, not slowing it down either, just the same methodical offense. If Newberg stays in the game, as Athletic Director Tim Burke said, they are just tough to beat. If they get behind, not the quick strike. Rolls back is Oviatt. Oviatt can't find anybody. He looks late, throws late over the middle. It's late over the outside. Tell you what, that looked like Oviatt was just throwing up a prayer, and Oviatt's down.
Well, Oviatt was just throwing up a prayer. It was 3 Newberg players, 2 Hillsboro players in a big scrum, and Topfest just the athleticism, able to jump up and grab that ball.
For a gain of about 6. Gonna call it, 6. 2nd down and 4. Ball just outside the 10 at the 10.5. Just over 6 minutes left to go here in the 3rd. Newberg trying to extend this 9-point lead. Here goes Oviatt. Oviatt under center. Same formation in the wishbone. Oviatt looks over the defense, barks out the signals. Handoff this time to McCarthy, and McCarthy stuffed after a short gain. 1, maybe 2, depends on where they mark it. Going to call it a 2-yard gain. Will bring up 3rd down and 2 for Newberg inside the 10. This drive, an 11-play drive so far.
Dylan Frazier in on that tackle. It's the second time he's held McCarthy to 2 yards on this drive. Oviatt showing some toughness tonight. He's been slow to get up 3 different times, been limping around on a couple different occasions. He's still in there battling.
So already 11 plays in more than 6 minutes, almost 7 minutes, has Newberg held this ball in the 3rd quarter on this drive.
Yeah, very impressive opening drive, both in success on the field and time off the clock.
In the wing now, Oviatt in the shotgun. Man in motion is Topfest. Pitch out to Topfest over the right side. He's going to have the corner. He's to the 5. Touchdown, but a flag is down.
Yeah.
Going to erase this touchdown as there was a hold on the point of attack. Topfest rolled into the end zone, but Newberg already knows it. They're backing up 10.
Yeah, too bad. Topfest had the corner, easily went into the end zone, totally untouched, maybe as a result of the hold, but the action was quite a distance from where the flag was thrown.
So let's see what the official says. Everybody in the booth thinks it's holding, and we are all right. So each of us owe everybody $1. That means we're all even, except for Curtis still owes me 1. 4:57 left to go here in the 3rd. Tigers 17, Spartans 8. 3rd down and 6 from the, let's call it the 12. Oviatt in the huddle. Clock should be running here, I believe. No. Okay. Under center is Oviatt. Oviatt looks over the signals. Conrad man in motion. Pitch to Conrad on the left-hand side this time. This is much better defended, but Conrad makes a gain of about 3, maybe 4 back inside the 10. Going to bring up 4th down and about 2. People wanted to hold up here. No flag on the play, as with 4:40 left to go in the 3rd and a decision time coming for Newberg.
Isaac Nakamoto running down Conrad on that play. Topfest riding his player out of the play with the block. His hands were extended, didn't see a hold, allowed the 4-yard pickup by Conrad.
4th and 3, ball inside the 10, Oviatt under center. McCarthy the man in the backfield. Topfest in motion. There's been 3 different people in motion. Now they're back under center again. And they run a play. Handoff up the middle, going to be close. I don't think he's going to get it. I think McCarthy got stopped short by the Newberg by the Hillsboro defense that time. And that is the 2nd time that Newberg has turned it over on downs deep inside Hillsboro territory.
Nakamoto in on that tackle of 2-yard gain when they needed 3. Gutsy play call at that point in time. They could have kicked another field goal, certainly within field goal range, allowing their defense to step up. Hillsboro starting deep in their own territory.
At their own 8, and that drive for Newberg, 13 plays, no score, but took 8 minutes off the clock, did that drive. So in the shotgun, this time for Hillsboro, is Matt Jones. Or that is number 5, I believe. Correction, that was Frederick in the Wildcat formation. Frederick took the snap and rolled around the left guard, in between the left guard and tight end for a gain of about 2. We'll bring up 2nd down and 8 Hillsboro from their own 10.
Sebastian Haney in on that tackle, stopping Frederick in for just the 2-yard gain.
3:33 left to go in the 3rd. Frederick again in the Wildcat. Frederick calls for the snap. Frederick runs to the right-hand side, and deep penetration by Newberg forces Frederick around the right side. He breaks through the tackles. He breaks through 3 or 4 tackles. Should have been about a 4-yard loss near the goal line. Frederick, single effort, breaks about 4 Newberg tackles over the right-hand side and is close to a 1st down. Ooh, and there's some late flags. 2 different flags thrown late there by 2 different officials, so that means some extracurriculars. Let's see what happened over there on the edge.
That was beautiful synchronized flag throwing. They should enter the Olympics for synchronized flag throwing as a duo team.
So they're talking about it over. Let's hope. What we hope. What as a former official, what you're hoping is you threw the flag for the same reason as each other. If you get into a huddle like this and they're opposite decisions, that's when you kind of look silly. You always like to have your compadre throw a flag at the same time as you. It makes you feel like you did the right thing. And as the white hat comes to the center of the field to make this announcement, Newberg looks like they're backing up. So it is unsportsmanlike against Newberg. Unsure exactly what happened. Somebody taunting or talking over there. Just need to keep your mouth closed and play ball. It's going to be a first down and 10 as the Newberg penalty gets the Hillsboro Spartans out of jail all the way out to the 30.
And I'm not sure Frederick had enough for the first down on that play. I had him as a gain of 7, so instead of 3rd and 1, we're coming up with a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So is that back? The normal quarterback's back in, Matt Jones. Jones handoff or pitch out to the right-hand side to Gaskell. Gaskell goes around the right end for a short gain of 2, maybe 3. Gain of 3, going to bring up 2nd down and 7 for Hillsboro.
Andy Totfest in on that tackle before Gaskell could get ahead of steam. Gain of 3 on that play brings up 2nd and 7.
Just under 3 minutes left to go in the third. No scoring in the third quarter at this point. Huge 8-minute drive for the Newberg Tigers. Didn't leave much time left here in the third. Pitch goes to the near side this time to Gaskell. Gaskell has a hole, and he's going to be close to the first down. I think where they mark it's going to be a yard short. Gain of about 6. Going to bring up 3rd down and 1 at the 39.
Matt McCarthy finally ran him down, but that's the second time on this drive that Bryce Schubert has been in the backfield to blow up the play. And great athletic abilities by the Hillsboro running backs to turn nothing into something. Bryce Schubert doing a great job getting into the backfield to disrupt the Hillsboro Spartans.
2 minutes left to go in the third. Under center is Jones. Man in the backfield's Munch. Screen pass. Oh, and a deck in the backfield is number 22, Gaskell. Would you call that a run or a pass?
That was definitely a lateral on that play.
Backwards pass makes it a run play, and that's a huge loss of about 4. Going to bring up 4th down and 5. Who made that tackle? Conrad in the backfield. Conrad read that play from the beginning and just tattooed the runner Gaskell.
Yeah, and that turned a 4th down that they may have gone for it into a 4th down that they are going to attempt a field goal, 74-yard field goal attempt.
And there's a timeout on the field. Let's see who the timeout. Newberg calls a timeout. They want to make sure they have the block on for this field goal. We'll be back after this short timeout.
There are times you simply need a friend. Someone who will stop and listen to your needs. Macy & Sons have been serving families here since 1903. 5 generations of their family taking care of yours. Macy & Sons, in the business of helping people and meeting the individual needs of McMinnville area families and will continue to do so in the future. So at the time when you need someone who cares, understands, and is there to help, Macy & Sons, serving 9 communities in Yamhill County.
It will be an arduous journey of epic proportions, venturing out into the great unknown, exposed to the rugged, unforgiving elements, struggling for survival when...
So, you're going car camping for the weekend. Here at Les Schwab, we can get you travel ready in no time. That's because every tire we sell comes with lifetime protection, including free pre-trip safety checks and more, plus a great price. That's our best tire value promise.
I could hug you.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Welcome back to Hare Field, where with 1:23 left to go in the half, Newberg leads 17-8. And on for the field goal will be the Hillsboro Spartans. Back deep for Newberg is Colin Hyatt and Topfest, I believe. Here's the field goal. Goes to Hyatt, bounces at the 26. Hyatt collects it at the 24 to the 30, 35, 40, far sideline to the 50, and pushed out of bounds near midfield. Great return there. Oh, there's a penalty flag. Where's the flag?
38.
Flag is at the 38-yard line. Rooting for roughing the kicker are the Hillsboro folks in the booth. It's always fun to come. Every time we've been here to 2 Glencoe games and now a Hillsboro game. And every time we come here, we just have a wonderful, wonderful fun time. This is a fun group of guys to be around. Yeah, a little. And it is. And what's the penalty? Holding. So holding against Newberg will.
So they backed up 10. I don't know where they backed up
penalty.
from.
So the ball was at near midfield. Now it's at the 40. So first down and 10, Newberg at the 40-yard line. So 1:13 left to go here in the third. If the drive is as long as the last one, it could be deep into the fourth. Then Harden, a huge hole over the left-hand side, breaks a tackle in midfield and rolls out of bounds at the 42. Great run by Harden. Call it 17, maybe 18 yards for Harden over the left-hand side. Great play for Newberg. First down and 10.
I'd like to go back to that field goal attempt that they used for a punt, and I'm going to reiterate what I said earlier. If they kick that ball long and out of bounds, it's a very effective play. But the coverage team is not geared up if it's left in bounds, so it allows a great return every time it stays in bounds.
Indeed. Oviatt under center. Harden, a lone man in the backfield. Top fest in motion. Option, and Oviatt keeps around the right-hand side. He has a huge hole. He's to the 30. He's to the 20. Can he get the corner? The 10, the 5, dives, and just out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Great decision by Oviatt that time to keep it. Fake the handoff up the middle of Harden. Saw that the defensive man was covering the pitch in top fest and cut it back up inside. Huge gain for Oviatt. First down and goal, Newberg.
Yeah, great run for Oviatt. I'm at 36 yards. Daniel Delaney was the last man to get him, knocked him out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
So first down and goal, Newberg at the 2. 39 seconds left to go here in the third. Newberg leads 17-8 over Hillsboro. Oviatt breaks the huddle. In lone man in the backfield is Harden. Wings are Top Fest and McCarthy. Top Fest in motion. Hand up at the middle to Harden. Touchdown, Newberg. So with 37 seconds left to go here in the third, Newberg extends this lead to 23-8 with an extra point oncoming.
It's Harden's second touchdown rush for the night. I have him at 96 yards, so closing in on 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. A great night of rushing for Harden.
So on for the PAT attempt is Oviatt. The holder is the Lashment. 37 seconds left to go in the third. Newberg 23, Hillsboro 8. Oviatt gets his spot on the field, calls for the snap. Snap is down, kick is up, and good. So with 37 seconds left to go in the third, Newberg extends this lead 24-8. We'll be back after this short timeout.
When it comes to trucks, there are a lot of pretenders to the throne out there, but only one brand that's sitting firmly on top of it, and that's Ford. Hi, John Kirkanick here from Newberg Ford, and we've got a great selection of F-Series trucks on hand and can show you why. They've been #1 in sales and #1 in your hearts for 37 straight years. They're simply the best. And the best place to get one is from the experts at Newberg Ford. We know trucks, and we work harder for you.
High School Sports is brought to you by Davison Auto Parts in McMinnville. High school athletes strive to be the best they can be, and so does Davison Auto Parts. Davison Auto Parts, 1717 North Baker Street in McMinnville, takes pride in providing customers with the best quality parts and personal service. As a Napa Auto Parts dealer, Davison Auto Parts has fast access to an inventory of more than 400,000 parts. Davison Auto Parts, Baker Street, McMinnville, a trusted partner in keeping your vehicle safe on the road.
That drive, 3 plays, 60 yards, culminating with a 2-yard touchdown run by Harden. Took 15 seconds off the clock. Extra point was good, brings the score to Newberg 24, Hillsboro 8, and here comes the kick for Newberg. Here's the high, deep kick this time to the Newberg deep to the 8. Return it to the 10. He's at the 15, the 20. Nice cut block at the 20, or cut at the 20, makes the man miss, rolls out to the 28. I believe that's 22. Is that correct? Gaskell on the return. Nice return for Gaskell. First down and 10. Hillsboro at their own, let's see where they mark it, 27-yard line.
Corey Fry in on the initial hit, slowing him down and causing the rest of the Newberg team to be able to come up and make the tackle.
Oh, had the wrong yard markage. Hang on a second. 28-yard, and 30 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. In the shotgun is Jones. Standing beside him is Cavender. Jones gets the snap, looks right, throws the slant. That's complete, and he has a ways to run. Let's see what the number is as they unpile. Number 20, that is Hunter Morse. How many catches is that for Morse today?
That's his third catch, that one going for 14 yards.
So first down and 10 for Hillsboro at the 42.
Tyler DeLashman and Bryce Schubert in on the combined tackle.
Schubert ranging downfield on that one. He's had 2 sacks today. 15 seconds and counting left to go in the third. Under center is Jones. Man in the backfield is Cavender. Jones looks right, throws his bubble screen right to Frederick. Frederick breaks a couple of tackles and is going to have a nice gain. Now breaks another tackle. Thought he was going to have a 3-yard gain. Ended up rolling down forward for about 6, maybe 7. Let's see where they mark it. Going to be a gain of 6. Second down and 4 for Hillsboro, near midfield of the 48.
And after bouncing off 3 or 4 players, Sebastian Haney finally wrapping them up to make the tackle.
And that's the last play of the third. So after 3, your Newberg Tigers lead the Hillsboro Spartans by a score of 24-8. We'll be back after this short timeout.
Sports is brought to you by Davison Auto Parts in McMinnville. High school athletes strive to be the best they can be, and so does Davison Auto Parts. Davison Auto Parts, 1717 North Baker Street in McMinnville, takes pride in providing customers with the best quality parts and personal service. Auto parts dealer, Davison Auto Parts has fast access to an inventory of more than 400,000 parts. Davison Auto Parts, Baker Street, McMinnville, a trusted partner in keeping your vehicle safe on the road.
It started with 4 friends, 10 days, 1,200 miles, a long, lonely highway to nowhere.
And it looks like it ended with one pretty flat tire. But don't worry, here at Les Schwab, we can get you fixed up and back on your road trip in no time, because every tire we sell comes with lifetime protection, including free flat repairs, pre-trip safety checks, and more, plus a great price. That's our best tire value promise.
Mind blown.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Welcome back to Hare Field, where the Hillsboro Spartans have it second down and 4 near midfield. Under center's Jones. Jones looks to pass deep down the right-hand sideline. This is going to be intercepted. I believe this is Topfest at the 40, and it is Topfest out to the 40 call, and he goes down at the 46-yard line. So Topfest playing center field all day long. Matt Jones has overthrown the ball when he goes deep. That was severely underthrown, and Topfest was there like a Red Sox defender in front of the Green Monster playing left field. Got that ball interception. First down and 10, Newberg.
Yeah, he was in position for the catch, and he just couldn't wait for the ball to come down fast enough.
So Newberg takes over at the 46. 11:52 left to go in this game. Newberg leads by a score of 24-8. Under center is Oviatt. Handoff up the middle to Harden, and I believe that's going to have Harden going over 100 yards as he gains 2 on the play out to the 48. Brings up second down and 8.
Nope, he was at 96. Now he's at 98. He needs another one of those to get to 100 yards.
Do you want to bet that Harden's going to get, I think he's going to get 100 yards. You want to bet against me?
On this next play, you're on.
Not on this next
Nope,
play.
that's the bet.
All right, we'll take it. I'm already up $1. We'll double or nothing for Harden on this next play. 11:22.
He's not even in the game. No, I'm just playing. He is.
11:22. Harden in the shot. Harden, the man in the backfield. Hand off to Harden. Come on. The man in motion is and hand off to Harden, and Harden's going to have the 100 yards as he gains 2 on the play. Call it, yes, 2, just 2, and Harden gets to 100, and now I'm $2, Richard, near midfield. Second down and 8. With under 11 minutes left to go in the ball game.
I hope you're enjoying yourself, brother.
I am. I am enjoying myself greatly.
It's more important to be right than the money, right? I can tell. That's like 3 times tonight you've been right.
Hey, and you said I used them all up last week. Under center is Oviatt. In the backfield is Harden. Handoff up the middle, Harden. Huge hole. Harden to the 40. Harden down to the 37-yard line. Great running play by Harden. And Harden has a first down inside Hillsboro territory. And now he's well up over 100 yards as the ball's placed at the 36-yard line.
Matt Jones in on that tackle after Harden's 11-yard carry, picking up a first down for Newberg. Once again, their sustained, slow, methodical running offense eating up time and eating up the field.
So with there's 10:30 and counting left to go here in this ball game. Newberg 24, Hillsboro 8. Oviatt in under center. Is that Harden in the backfield? Yes. No. Pitch to Topfest around the right-hand side. Topfest to the 30. Cuts inside of the 25. He's at the 20. It's a foot race. Down to the 15, to the 10. Inside the 10 to the 8. First down and goal, Newberg. Great run by Topfest as he picked his way through the right-hand side of the Hillsboro defense. First down and goal.
And he picked up about half of those 30 yards on a downfield block by McCarthy. Excellent downfield blocking all night for Newberg. McCarthy is free for that 30-yard pickup.
How many yards is that for Topfest?
You're too fast for about 55, 60, something like that.
9:58 left to go.
Yeah,
here
55.
9:58 left to go here in the first. Oviatt under center. Man in the backfield's Harden. Wing in motion's Topfest. Handoff, no. Keeper by Oviatt over the right-hand side. Could have looked like a little bit of a broken play. Wasn't sure who was supposed to have the ball. Oviatt did end up carrying it for a gain of, about 1, maybe 2. Bring up second down and goal at the 8.
Alex Hawker-Smith in on that tackle after a 2-yard gain by Oviatt. Brings us second and goal.
9:26 and counting. Oviatt breaks the huddle. Split to the near side, split to the far. Oviatt under center. Harden, the lone man in the backfield. Man in motion's McCarthy. Hand up the middle of the Topfest, and Topfest rolls into the end zone. And we have a late flag. I believe that's going to be on number 3 for a late hit. I think the touchdown's going to be good, and there's going to be a delay, a post-play violation on number 3, TJ Cavender. Let's see what we have here. The officials are sorting it out.
On that play, the fake handoff to Harden, everybody thought it was the dive up the middle. Little counter action with Topfest running the inside running up the inside from his outside position. Went into the end zone untouched.
And they're talking to the Hillsboro coaching staff. Personal foul against Hillsboro. And it's going to be assessed on the kickoff. So that touchdown in the favor of the Newberg Tigers over the Hillsboro Spartans. The extra point will be oncoming for Oviatt. So Oviatt trying for the extra point and to make this a 31-8 Newberg advantage. Oviatt gets his spot. Here's the snap. Spot is down. Kick is blocked. So with 9:09 left to go in the ball game, Newberg 30, Hillsboro 8. We'll be back after this short timeout.
If you're involved in a vehicle crash, you need to take your car or light truck to a repair center that will fix it right the first time. The philosophy of J&W CarStar Collision Repair Center in McMinnville is relax. We'll take it from here. Roger Fowler stands by his crew's reputation. J&W CarStar Collision Repair Center, 1100 Northeast Lafayette in McMinnville. There are times you simply need a friend, someone who will stop and listen to your needs. Macy & Sons have been serving families here since 1903, 5 generations of their family taking care of yours. Macy & Sons, in the business of helping people and meeting the individual needs of McMinnville area families, and will continue to do so in the future. So at the time when you need someone who cares, understands, and is there to help, Macy & Sons, serving 9 communities in Yamhill County.
Welcome back to Hare Field. That last drive, 5 plays, 54 yards, culminated with an 8-yard run by Topfest. It took 2:47 off the clock, brought the score to Newberg 30 and Hillsboro 8. So pretty confident at this point with 9:09 left to go in the ballgame to say that Newberg will have a bye next week and will be playing in the first round of the playoffs the week after that. How good does it sound to you Newberg fans to say and hear your Newberg Tigers are playoff bound? Here's the kick by Oviatt. Onside. It's going to be, no, almost recovered. Ball loose on the ground. Let's see who finally has it. I think Hillsboro fell on top of it. That was kind of a pseudo onside kick, hard along the ground. No Hillsboro Spartan came up quick on it. A Newberg Tiger had a chance to recover it at the 30, slipped through his hands and rolled down to the 21-yard line where it was recovered by the Spartans. First down and 10, Hillsboro at their own 20, going to mark it right at the 20.
Yeah, it looked like Corey Fry was the first one there and had a great shot at the ball, just couldn't corral it in. The ball stayed on the ground long enough for Hillsboro to jump on top of it.
I hear that there's a new quarterback, number 7, Garrett Paul, the junior in the backfield. Munch in the shotgun with him. Goes back to Paul. Paul looks left, throws left, completes left to Hunter Morse, and then out of bounds. Good for a gain of 3, and the clock will stop. Brings up 2nd down and 7. So again into the hurry up will be Hillsboro. Garrett Paul in the shotgun. Munch stands beside him. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near. Snap goes back to Paul. Paul looks right, throws right, picked. Oh! I said pick, and it was dropped. That was almost intercepted by Conrad James. And I tell you what, if James would have not have been there, it would have been intercepted by Topfest too. Threw into double coverage there. Incomplete. 3rd down and 7. 8:56 left to go here in the ball game. Newberg 30, the Hillsboro Spartans 8. In the shotgun is Paul. Paul calls for the ball, gets it, looks down the center of the field, throws to the right-hand side, complete out there. If he get a foot out of inbounds, and no, he did not. Out of bounds, had the ball, but didn't get a foot inbounds. Will bring up 4th down and 7. Should be a field goal try now for the Hillsboro Spartans.
I think Hillsboro's at the point where they have nothing to lose at this point in time, trying to go for it. Nope, you're right. They're sending out the field goal team or the punt team.
It's a punt instead of a field goal. So number 87, Connor Grover, the sophomore, will be back to punt. Back deep for the Tigers is Topfest. And now Conrad comes back as the cornerback.
They're missing a player, so late onto the field for Hillsboro.
And they had Hillsboro had a split that was wide open. Creighton came out late to cover on the defense. Here's the snap. Kick is end over end. Gonna bounce near the 40, and Conrad lets it rolls dead at the 35-yard line, where Newberg will take over with 8:39 left to go here in the ball game. Newberg 1st and 10 at their own 35. 42-yard punt and roll for Grover. Let's see who comes in for the Newberg Tigers as far as players. Up 22 with 8:39 left to go.
And I don't see Oviatt.
Oviatt's jogging onto the field now after getting the play late from the quarterback, from the coaching staff.
And it's conceivable they could eat most of the clock on this drive if they choose to.
4 or 5 first downs. Oviatt under center. Lone man in the backfield's Harden. Wings are Topfest and McCarthy. McCarthy in motion, fakes the handoff. Oviatt passes to Topfest. Incomplete, balls on the ground, brings up 2nd down and 10.
Very interesting play call on that. They've been having success all night running the ball. Running the ball keeps the clock running, and they choose to come out throwing on 1st down with the game well in hand.
A little bit of a surprise there, I would agree with you. 8:33 left to go in the ball game, leading by 22. Maybe putting some plays in the quiver for the first round playoff opponent to look at.
Yeah, we're using the second half of the 4th quarter as just a little bit of practice for a couple plays they're not normally comfortable with.
Oviatt under center, McCarthy in the motion, handoff up the middle to Harden. Harden plows over tacklers for a nice gain of about 8 out to the 43, 3rd down and 2 for Newberg.
Harden is very successful up the middle tonight. That puts him 118 yards for the night on 16 carries.
You know, Athletic Director Tim Burke was talking about the youth program, the football youth program for Newberg. I'm a principal of a local elementary school, and with the football fields behind us tonight, every night when I leave work, I see the football the younger kids playing football out there. So the youth program really working for Newberg. Man in motion's Topfest. Hand off up the middle to Harden. Harden needed 2, got 3. Crossed the 45 to the 46. 1st down and 10 Newberg. Clock will stop on the movement of the chains, but will roll as soon as they're set. Under 8 minutes left to go in this ball game. Newberg up by 22.
So, at what age does Asa get to start playing Newberg youth football?
Well,
brother?
you know, his mother and I, this whole concussion thing is really making us think about it. You know, water polo is looking pretty good actually at this point.
Right, your kid's not going to play football.
Oviatt under center, top fist man in motion. Handoff up the middle to Harden. Harden's going to have a nice gain of about 5, maybe 6 across midfield. Let's see where they spot it. Going to spot it at the 49, gain of 5. Second down and 5 for Newberg.
This is the play calling I was expecting them to come out with on this drive. They threw that one pass trying to catch Hillsboro off guard. But this is the successful offense they have been running all night, just eating up field and eating up clock.
7 minutes left to go here in the ball game. Oviatt under center. Harden, the man in the backfield. Handoff up the middle to Harden. Harden is the workhorse here late in this ball game. Harden, 5'7", 180-pound running back. He's the junior. 5'10", 180 pounds.
19 carries, 130 yards for Harden so far.
And it's good to see, when we started the season, we saw a lot of Top Fest, a lot of Conrad, not a lot of Harden. It's good to see Harden becoming a big part of the Newberg offense.
Yeah, he's kind of a late comer in the second half of the season, but his role has been increasing every game that we've done.
6:20 left to go here in the ball game. Top Fest in motion, pitch out around the right-hand side. He's having his first down, a lot more around the left. He's to the 30, he's to the 20, and inside the 20, breaks a tackle at the 10, 5, touchdown, Top Fest. Huge run for Top Fest of 47 yards around the right-hand side. Thought he broke about 3 or 4 tackles on that run, and 47 yards later, we have a 36-8 Newberg advantage.
And Jack Kerwin blocking downfield for Hartfest caught him the corner after about a 10-yard carry. So he turned by a downfield blocking by Jack Kerwin, turned a 10-yard carry into a 47-yard touchdown.
On for the extra point is Oviatt. Oviatt. Here's the snap soon. There's the snap. Hold is up. Kick is good. So with 6:07 left to go in the ball game, Newberg 36, Hillsboro 8. We'll be back after this short timeout.
It will be an arduous journey of epic proportions, venturing out into the great unknown, exposed to the rugged, unforgiving elements, struggling for survival when...
So, you're going car camping for the weekend. Here at Les Schwab, we can get you travel ready in no time. That's because every tire we sell comes with lifetime protection, including free pre-trip safety checks and more, plus a great price. That's our best tire value promise.
I could hug you.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
When it comes to trucks, there are a lot of pretenders to the throne out there, but only one brand that's sitting firmly on top of it, and that's Ford. Hi, John Kirkanick here from Newberg Ford, and we've got a great selection of F-Series trucks on hand and can show you why. They've been #1 in sales and #1 in your hearts for 37 straight years. They're simply the best. And the best place to get one is from the experts at Newberg Ford. We know trucks, and we work harder for you.
That drive, 6 plays, 65 yards, culminated with a 47-yard touchdown run for Top Fest. The extra point was good, brought the score. Newberg 37 and Hillsboro 8. Took 2 minutes and 31 seconds off the clock. So Oviatt set to kick off. Not much in the way of any limping for Oviatt in the second half. That's good news for Newberg fans. Also good news is a week off to get everybody rested. Here's the high kick for Oviatt at the 30 to the 35. Breaks a couple of tackles and disappears into the pile at the 39. It'll be first down and 10 Hillsboro at their own 39.
At this point in time, Hillsboro trying to play for a little pride in moral victory, trying to get a score on the board to close out this regular season. Looking for some success on the offensive side of the ball.
Starting lineup for the most part still in for the
Jones is back in at quarterback. So they brought in Paul for one series, and now Jones is back in.
And standing beside him, I believe, is Cavender. Got to get a number. The body style looks like Cavender as opposed to Munch. And screen pass is complete to Cavender. Cavender breaks the tackle at the 40 and is finally drugged down from behind at the 44. Going to gain 5. Second down and 5. So Cavender came out of the backfield on the screen play, worked for 5 yards over the on-rushing defensive lineman of the Newberg Tigers. 5:30 left to go here in the ball game. Newberg leads by 29.
Anthony Garcia in on that tackle.
In the shotgun is Jones. Cavender stands beside him. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near. Jones looks left, now throws over the middle. Picked off. That's going to be picked off at the 40. He's at the 50. He's to the 45, the 40, the 35, the 30. And let's get you a number as soon as I can. See who that number is. Number 4, that would be Marcus Dufour. Dufour picks that ball off over the middle. And that's the, the 3rd or 4th turnover for the Hillsboro Spartans.
Two interceptions and 1 lost fumble.
So Newberg will take over with 5:15 left to go in this ball game at the Hillsboro 28-yard line, 28 yards away from the end zone.
And takeaways +3 for Newberg tonight. They have not put the ball on the ground one time, but they recovered it, and they've recovered the 1 fumble that was on the ground for Hillsboro and the 2 interceptions. Great way to win games, winning that turnover battle.
Under center, I believe that's McCarthy in the backfield. It is. Handoff up the middle to McCarthy. McCarthy's going to have a nice gain of 5, maybe 6. In at the wing this time for Newberg is try to get as many names as we can. Colin Hyatt, the 5'9", 160-pound sophomore in at the wing, came in motion, faked to Hyatt, and then handed off up the middle to McCarthy.
And 21 just came in as well, brother. Eddie Calamu. Nope, wrong roster.
Jacob Holter, the 5'9", 145-pound sophomore. He's to the near side. Oh, that's Corey Fry to the near side. Man in motion. Handoff up the middle to McCarthy again. McCarthy's going to have a gain of 1, maybe 2. And the clock will run under 4 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this ball game as McCarthy has a gain of, let's see where they give him, gain of 1, brings up 3rd down and 4. 4:11 left to go here in the ball game. Under center's Oviatt. McCarthy in the backfield. Ooh, that's a broken play. I think number 26 that time, Wyatt Rude, the sophomore, was supposed to collect that ball. Oviatt handed out like the wing was going to be there. The wing kid went running by, and Oviatt got nailed for a big loss of about
5.
Oh, what are they marking? They're marking it short of that. Only a loss of about 2 maybe. Brings up 4th down and 5 for the Newberg Tigers. That's an interesting spot.
Yeah, it looked like he lost about 5 yards on that.
And it's a new quarterback. Is that Anthony Adams, number 8? Adams under center. Adams hands off to 22 over the right-hand side.
He might have a first down. I think he's going to be about a half a yard short. But good effort.
Hyatt close over the right-hand side. Gain of maybe 4.5 on needed 5. Let's see what they're going to do. Are they going to? No, they're pointing Hillsboro's way. No measurement necessary. So for the 3rd time tonight, the Newberg Tigers turn it over on downs. 1st down and 10. Hillsboro at their own 19. 3:22 left to go here in the ball game. Nothing left for Hillsboro but moral victories as Newberg's going to take 1 away from Hare Field. Oh, I got the wrong roster.
Looks like Frederick's
in the quarterback position. Sprint around the right-hand side. Has the corner, the 25, the 30, the 35. Cuts back inside just a little bit to the 40. Rolls down at the 42-yard line. Nice gain for Frederick. 1st down and 10 at the 42.
23-yard pickup on Frederick on that play. Puts him at 56 yards for the night.
So 1st down and 10 at the 42 for Hillsboro. Clock rolls down near 3 minutes.
Frederick, yep.
Frederick in the shotgun.
And he's taken a half a dozen snaps from this position or more tonight. We have not seen him throwing the ball yet.
Munch, and he's not going to throw this time. Keeper around the right-hand side, follows the lead blocking of Munch, rolls forward for a gain of 3 out to the 45-yard line, brings up 2nd down and 7 for Hillsboro with the clock rolling.
And it looks like they're just happy to have the clock roll and get out of this game tonight.
And they are, but there is an equipment issue by, I believe is that Munch or that's Frederick?
Frederick.
Frederick has a shoe that came off, so they need to stop the clock for the equipment timeout. Frederick shed his gloves so that he can tie his shoe. 2:45 left to go here in the ball game. 37-8 Newberg. And now the clock rolls as Frederick and Jones are both in the ballgame. Be interesting to see who lines up at quarterback. It looks like Frederick's going to be at quarterback and Jones split out to the near side. 3 receivers to the far side. Frederick and Munch in the backfield. Snap goes back to Frederick. Frederick runs to the right-hand side, and penetration forces him way back. Now he cuts way against the field, has a couple of blockers to the near side, to the 50. He's in the 45 and stiff arms, but rolled down by a great tackle there on the pursuit by number 26. Let's give credit where credit is due. Wyatt Rude. Got caught up inside and tracked him down and saved the touchdown as Frederick was coming around the right-hand side. One thing to note about Frederick, he doesn't, it's whether he's going to run or pass. He gets the ball and tucks it immediately.
Yep, 19 yards on that pickup for Frederick.
And Jones now at quarterback under center. Jones looks to the right-hand side, throws out to the right-hand side to the 30, to the 25. That's number 22, Gaskell. Gaskell rolls out of bounds for another first down at the 19-yard line. And the Hillsboro Spartans are starting to roll over the young men of the Newberg defense. The backups are in, and the Hillsboro Spartans are starting to move the ball.
17 yards on that pickup for Gaskell on that pass play. Gelashman on the tackle.
And out of bounds, so that's 1:55 left to go here in the ball game. Newberg 37, Hillsboro 8. In the shotgun is Frederick. Munch stands beside him. Frederick runs the right-hand side, gets a whole host of blockers, followed by Munch. He's to the 20, he's to the 10, cuts inside, touchdown, but there's a flag behind the play. So they're going to back this up, I believe. It's not going to be a 19-yard touchdown for Frederick. I believe there's going to be a hold on the play. They're calling it, he pointed out, like unsportsmanlike conduct. Let's see exactly what we have here.
What we have is we have a stop clock and everybody wanting to get out of here.
Holding Hillsboro, no touchdown. So with 1:47 left to go, they're going to back it up 10 yards from the spot of the penalty. When it's all said and done, I believe it's going to be first down and about 5 or so.
And Hillsboro playing for a moral victory and trying to get a touchdown here. Obviously, Newberg would like to keep him out of the end zone. Some of the younger players are in, wanting to show what they're made out of with a defensive stand here.
So in the shotgun is Jones. Jones, the normal quarterback. Standing beside him is Cavender.
Another flag.
And there's a flag on the play. Maybe. Or somebody lined up in the neutral zone. Those are the two choices. And they're pointing towards Newberg. So I'm sure that's going to be a free 5 yards as somebody lined up in the neutral zone. Let's see what the white hat has to say. Let's see, we have a dead ball, offside. So somebody for Hillsboro lined up with their head over the ball. And once you go into 3-point, if you're lineman, you go into 3-point stance, your head's over the ball. They don't let you run a play. It's offside. So it'll back it up, and it'll be first down and 11 outside the 20 for Hillsboro. In the shotgun is Jones. Cavender stands beside him. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Jones gets the snap, looks right, throws right on the fade, and he gets pushed out of bounds, and there's going to be a flag resting at the 1-yard line. That'll be pass interference against Newberg, which in this particular case should bring up half the distance to the goal on a first down, which would make it first down and goal for Hillsboro. If my assumptions are correct, that's what we'll have here.
And we were at record time for the first three quarters plus most of the fourth, and these last 2 minutes have been excruciating long.
First down and goal at the 10, 1:42 left to go here in this ball game. The end result not in doubt. Newberg will come away with a victory here, just determining on what the scoring spread will be. Jones looks left. Throws back on the screen right to number 3. That is Cavender. Cavender dragged the tackler, caught the ball at the 7, was immediately hit, drug a tackler down to the 5. And we have a first down. Okay, so it was not first down on the last play. It was second down and about 2. Gained 5. Going to bring first down and goal at the 6. And the clock runs now. 1 minute and 30 seconds left to go and counting. If you're a Hillsboro Spartan, of course you want to score here. 37-15 or 16 looks much better than 37-8. I formation. First time we've seen this all night for Hillsboro. TJ Cavender, the up back. Isaiah Munch, the deep. Handoff to Munch. Follows Cavender up the whole short. Doesn't make it in. Going to see where they mark it. The 1, maybe the 2-yard line. Going to be a gain of 2 or 3. Going to mark it at the 2. Clock runs under a minute. Second down and goal from the 2. Again, the I formation. Munch the deep back. And the keeper this time by Matt Jones on the quarterback keeper. Gains 1, not going to get in. Clock is going to run. Third down and goal from the 1 as Munch tried to plow over the left-hand side between the center and the guard. Couldn't get it done. So let's see there. It's third down and goal at the 1.5-yard line. I formation. Isaiah Munch and Cavender in the I. Handoff to Munch in the backfield. He's not going to get it, I don't think. No, he's stopped short. He's down. That's inside the 1. Fourth down and goal. Let's see. There's 15 seconds left, and the Hillsboro coach wants to call a timeout. They want to get a touchdown. So with 14 seconds left, Hillsboro calls a timeout, trailing by 29. We'll be back after this short timeout.
High School Sports is brought to you by Davison Auto Parts in McMinnville. High school athletes strive to be the best they can be, and so does Davison Auto Parts. Davison Auto Parts, 1717 North Baker Street in McMinnville, takes pride in providing customers with the best quality parts and personal service. As a Napa Auto Parts dealer, Davison Auto Parts has fast access to an inventory of more than 400,000 parts. Davison Auto Parts, Baker Street, McMinnville, a trusted partner in keeping your vehicle safe on the road.
It started with 4 friends, 10 days, 1,200 miles, a long, lonely highway to nowhere.
And it looks like it ended with one pretty flat tire. But don't worry, here at Les Schwab, we can get you fixed up and back on your road trip in no time, because every tire we sell comes with lifetime protection, including free flat repairs, pre-trip safety checks, and more, plus a great price. That's our best tire value promise.
Mind blown.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
And here's the final play. It's going to be a pitch out to Munch, and Munch is going to go around the end. Can he make it? No, he can't. He is out of bounds inside the 1. I thought Munch was going to get the corner, and he couldn't quite make the corner, reached the ball out, couldn't break the plane. 8 seconds left to go, and Newberg's going to take over, first down and 10. So, great defensive stand by the Newberg Tigers, and you know what? That's going to build even more momentum for the defense coming into the playoffs. Our second stringers were in there, and we held them out. So, can't really just take a knee or you're going to be into the end zone. Got to fall forward just a little bit. I assume and hope that that Oviatt's in there. I assume and hope that oh yeah, if we get a safety, that would be interesting. That wouldn't it, Curtis?
Number 8's in there.
8 is in there. Anthony Adams. Handoff, not going to be a safety. Out of the end zone to the 10. He's to the 15. Doesn't fall down to the, backs him up to the 12, and that'll be the final play of the ball game. Your Newberg Tigers defeat the Hillsboro Spartans by a score of 37-8. We'll be back for short post-game comments after this short timeout.
If you're involved in a vehicle crash, you need to take your car or light truck to a repair center that will fix it right the first time. The philosophy of J&W CarStar Collision Repair Center in McMinnville is relax. We'll take it from here. Roger Fowler stands by his crew's reputation. J&W CarStar Collision Repair Center, 1100 Northeast Lafayette in McMinnville. There are times you simply need a friend, someone who will stop and listen to your needs. Macy & Sons have been serving families here since 1903. 5 generations of their family taking care of yours. Macy & Sons, in the business of helping people and meeting the individual needs of McMinnville area families, and will continue to do so in the future. So at the time when you need someone who cares, understands, and is there to help, Macy and Sons, serving 9 communities in Yamhill County.
Welcome back to Hare Field in Hillsboro, where the Newberg Tigers have defeated the Hillsboro Spartans by a final score of 37-8. Let's talk about the second half scoring real quickly. At halftime, it was a 17-8 Newberg advantage. Newberg scored all 20 of the second half points. Let's talk about how they got there. In the third, with 37 seconds left to go in the third, a 3-play, 60-yard drive took 15 seconds off the clock, culminated with a 2-yard touchdown run by Harden. Extra point was good, brought the score to 24-8. Then in the fourth, 9:09 left to go in the ball game. A 5-play, 54-yard drive taking 2 minutes and 47 seconds off the clock. 8-yard run by Topfest. Extra point was blocked. Brought the score to Newberg 30 and Hillsboro 8. Then again in the fourth, 6:07 left to go in the fourth. A 6-play, 65-yard drive taking 2 minutes and 31 seconds off the clock. Culminated with a 47-yard down run by Topfest. Extra point was good. Brought the final score 37-8. Do you have stats ready, dear brother?
Ready. Rushing yards for Hillsboro. TJ Cavender finished with 4 carries on 13 yards. Gaskell had 12 yards on 7 carries. The leading rusher, Frederick, out of that Wildcat formation, had 9 carries for 78 yards. Munch had a couple carries for 4. Jones had 4 carries for 35. Passing, both quarterbacks achieved over 100 yards. Matt Jones, 139 yards on 25 attempts. Touchdown and a couple interceptions. For your Newberg Tigers, Oviatt had 103 yards on 10 attempts. He went 6 for 10 for those 103 yards. DeLashman had a catch for 42 and a touchdown. Conrad had a couple catches for 25. Topfest had a couple catches for 18. Dufour had a catch for 18 and that interception in this half. Rushing the ball, Conrad had a couple carries, 6 yards. Hyatt got in the game, 1 carry, 5 yards. Oviatt had 50 yards on 6 carries. McCarthy had a dozen carries for 46 yards. Had 110 yards on 9 carries with 2 touchdowns. Harden had 19 carries for 130 yards. He was the workhorse tonight and did have his 2 touchdowns for the game.
And by far the best, the most effective we've seen the Newberg Tigers this year, really rolling well into the playoffs. And speaking of playoffs, let me just say it again, Newberg Tiger fans, it's been several years. Newberg's in the playoffs. They have no game next week. Do have a game the week after, very likely a home game at Lauren Douglas Field, but that really depends on all of these power rankings and things that are going on. I want to thank you for listening to what a great season we've had. I want to thank you for listening to the Oregon Pulse Network. Unsure exactly what playoff or play-in games are going to be where, if both McMinnville and Newberg are in the if both Newberg and McMinnville are in the same week, we'll have both of those for sure. Also want to make sure before we go, talk about the player of the game, the workhorse for the Newberg Tigers, Garrison Harden. Congratulations to the 5'10", 180-pound junior running back. For Curtis, this is Troy Fisher. I want to thank you all for listening to Newberg Football and the Oregon Pulse Network. Good night and be well.
It will be an arduous journey of epic proportions, venturing out into the great unknown, exposed to the rugged, unforgiving elements, struggling for survival when...
So, you're going car camping for the weekend. Here at Les Schwab, we can get you travel ready in no time. That's because every tire we sell comes with lifetime protection, including free pre-trip safety checks and more, plus a great price. That's our best tire value promise.
I could hug you.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
When it comes to trucks, there are a lot of pretenders to the throne out there, but only one brand that's sitting firmly on top of it, and that's Ford. Hi, John Kirkanick here from Newberg Ford, and we've got a great selection of F-Series trucks on hand and can show you why. They've been #1 in sales and #1 in your hearts for 37 straight years. They're simply the best. And the best place to get one is from the